Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome to Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. Let's see, is anyone on with me today? If you are the first person on, let me know. So I am Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Mimi. So you guys, quick story. Okay. Literally, I just made it on by the hairs of my chinny chin chin, or the mustache I told you I waxed that day when I broke out real bad. But anyways, I had the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team meeting this morning, and it was scheduled to be a 30-minute meeting, and it went on for like an hour and 25 minutes. And at first, I was going to get on live with you guys in my PJs because, you know, I was wearing PJs for our meeting. And then I was like, you know what? I got time to get in the shower. I got time to get ready. And so my mom was on the phone with him like, okay, Mom, tell me when it's 1:15. Okay, tell me when it's 1:20. So, yeah. So I was rushing to get on, but here I am. And thank you so much for joining. So let's see. Good morning, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. Hey, Alatha, welcome, welcome. So let me go ahead and light this sage. I believe Cheryl was the first person on. Is it Casey or Kesey or Casey? How do you say your name? Welcome, welcome. I believe this is your first time joining us. I'm glad to have you. And you know what, you guys, today I am being led by Spirit to also stream live in the United Light Beings Awakening group, which is something we haven't done in a really long time. So let's go ahead and get logged in over there, and then we'll get started. We'll get started on our Empower Hour. Cheryl, you get the personal card since you were the first person on, and then after your card, we'll start on our breathing. Okay, let's see. Go live. Thank you all for being here. And then we have these pauses. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. We are now logged on Facebook as well. So let's see, which deck for Cheryl? Okay, Cheryl, this is for you. Oh, thank you, Alatha. Hi, Michaela, welcome. Hi, my beautiful Aunt Linda, welcome. Ooh. Material and spiritual prosperity. Cheryl, I'm hearing you have built up such good karma that you're now in a period of being open and able to receive prosperity in your life. It's time for you to start to really focus in on your thoughts so that they align with your behavior, meaning what you give, right? Your heart is huge and you shine bright like the sun. So it's only natural for you to experience prosperity and abundance in everything you do. I'm also hearing you're a charitable person, like you like to give to charity. If you haven't given in a while, it's time for you to give. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. It can even be your time, right? That's the biggest thing you can give. Find a cause that makes you happy and start giving to that cause. Be mindful of people that take advantage of you. There are a few people in your midst right now that you're being called to cut off. And cutting off doesn't mean the love ends. It just means you're loving them from a distance. Okay, thank you. So that was your message today, Cheryl. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to have that be your message. So hi, Naya, welcome. Welcome. So since everyone is here, first of all, I don't know if people are getting on Facebook, but if you are on Facebook today, I was led to do our Empower Hour. I was led to stream live both here and on YouTube. So we'll be participating in the live conversation over on YouTube though. So if you would like to participate in that, then go ahead and join us over there, okay? So let's see. I'm grateful that you all are bearing with me. Now let's get into it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start on our breathing, and we do this every week. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, welcome. What we do is we inhale slow and deep through our nose, and we're visualizing and we're feeling and we're allowing love and light to just pour through us. And then what we're doing is exhaling slowly out through our mouths, and we're just going to allow ourselves to release all the things that aren't serving us. And if there's something specific you're choosing to release, then what you're going to do is just visualize and feel that releasing from your body, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Close your eyes, and as you're breathing, I'll be sending Reiki to your heart and your solar plexus. So let's go ahead and inhale slow and deep love and light through your nose. And exhale, releasing all that's not serving you through your mouth. And again, inhale love and light. And just allow yourself to feel that love and that light flow through your entire body, your entire cellular being. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for delivering a message to me that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth. I thank you for opening the hearts, the souls, and the minds of those watching so that they may receive whatever serves their highest good to receive. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue to breathe in that love and light, feeling that warm, tingling sensation as your body is filled with divine love and divine light. Opening your crown chakra now, located at the top of your head. Opening the crown now and just allowing that energy to flow through you and in you, pouring in from the crown, traveling down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, down to your throat and your heart, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, and just feeling that divine energy traveling down your legs into your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and just feeling those roots burst through the soles of your feet, traveling down to the center of Mother Earth, and just allow yourself to connect to the heartbeat of Mother Earth, bringing that divine energy back up through the soles of your feet, up to your root and your sacral, up to your solar plexus and your heart, allowing anything that's blocked in your heart, anything that's preventing you from showing up and shining as your best and brightest self, to be loosened and released now as that divine energy travels up to your throat chakra, your ears, your third eye, and up and out your crown. And just allow the energy of Mother Earth and your divine source of highest light and love, allow those energies to combine and just allow them to dance, traveling throughout your entire cellular being, setting the intention that with every inhale and every exhale that you take for the rest of the day, you'll be breathing in love and light that's loosening, cleansing, and releasing, and exhaling all that's no longer serving you. And so it is. So when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And if you feel more relaxed now after doing that exercise than you did when we started, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, okay? And let me know in the comments how you're feeling. So let's see what you all are saying. Alatha said, thank you for showing up. You're so welcome. Thank you. My mom said, good morning, darling sister Melinda. Naya said, hello. My aunt Melinda said, I can hear you, but I'm having a problem. I can't see you. I don't know, but I'm glad you can hear me because I'm talking and I'm not modeling. Let's see, Cheryl said, thank you. You're so welcome, Cheryl. Michaela said, that is so awesome, Cheryl. And Diamond Green, hey, Diamond. Cheryl said, it is. Thank you. Tia Lynn said, hey, Tia Lynn, we missed you last night on our group session. Be sure to catch the replay. Casey, am I saying your name right? Said, thank you. You're so welcome. And Alatha says she misses you, Tia Lynn. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm being led to pull from this deck first. Ooh. Okay, I'm being told to pull from the bottom. split it, get one from the middle right there. All right. And then I am being led to go with the Wisdom House of Night deck, just because it's Halloween time. How many of you have noticed the thinning veil? Around this time of year, the veil is really, really thin. So whether you are someone who connects with your psychic gifts and you're aware of the fact that you're psychic, if you're aware, you may definitely notice and feel a difference. If you're someone that's not so aware, you still may notice a difference intuitively. You may notice that you're getting more messages just on a gut level. You may notice in your dream time, your dreams are more vivid. What have you all been noticing this month? Let's talk about it. Diamond Green said, made my heart feel warm in my stomach. Awesome. Hey, ooh. That card just flew out. Let me grab it. And hey, Nikki, I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, didn't go far. Pull from the bottom. Okay. And then one more card from the Sacred Traveler deck. Let's see. Okay, is it Evjoni Key? How do you pronounce your name? Can you spell it out for me phonetically? And welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I believe this is your first time too. Hey, Diamond. Naya said, I've noticed the thinning veil via dreams, and I'm seeing this vibrant purple blob floating around certain areas of my neighborhood. Have you connected with spirit? Both? Okay. Have you connected with spirit to see what that blob is representing? Why it's there? Alatha said, let me be honest, I have noticed that I am more in tune than I'd like to admit. I know it's a good thing. However, well, you know the story. Yes, ma'am, I know the story. But you know what? Even as I read that, I'm feeling more acceptance and more surrender. So it's good. I'm glad. Nikki said, I'm picking up on spirits that have passed a lot more. I set the intention to only connect with them when it serves me, so I don't typically sense them. Lately, I have been every day now. Okay. Yeah. And that makes sense. With the thinning veil, it makes so much sense. But I like how you've set your boundaries. I like how you've set the intention on how you like to receive your gift, because we were talking about this in our RIM group session last night, how important it is to set those boundaries now. You know, I have a lot of people that ask me about my gift, and like people that haven't connected to theirs are always curious to know, well, like, how does it work? You know, and I'm like, well, let me tell you, I don't walk around hearing voices all day long, right? Because then I'll start to feel a little crazy and not enlightened, right? It wouldn't be comfortable for me. But when I first started this journey, I set the intentions that I would only receive when it serves my highest good or the highest good of those I'm called to serve. And so with that being said, there are times where, like, for instance, I was getting my lashes done a few years ago when I had just connected with my lash lady that I had in Washington State. Her name is Haley Waddington, by the way. She's amazing. If you're in Washington State, check her out. The best of the best. So anyways, I was told to tell her to speak her truth, right? And I was sitting there struggling with this because, hey, I'm not on, but Spirit just kept nudging me, tell her. And so I did, and it served her. So sometimes that will happen. But for the most part, if you set your intentions, you're in control of your gift, and you get to decide how on you are and when you're on and when you're off, right? It's free will. You got the right to choose. So yeah, let's see. My Aunt Linda said, I'm able to continue hearing your beautiful voice. Yay, I'm so glad. She said, good morning, my wonderful big little sister. So my mom is the shortest out of her three sisters, but she's the oldest. So that's why my aunt is saying that. Naya said, they said the purple blob is psychic protection energy. Awesome. And what I'm being led to tell you is to maybe connect to that blob and bring it towards you. And as I'm saying that, I also feel like that psychic protection energy over your neighborhood. It's because, as we know, media and different public outlets, they use their platforms to connect to our unconscious mind and to program us. And so with it just floating around your neighborhood, I feel like it's some sort of protection over the entire neighborhood, but at the same time, connect to that energy and draw it more towards you as well, so that you have that even stronger psychic protection as your gifts continue to unfold. Cheryl said, I have noticed that I can ask a question and in a short period of time, I'll get the answer. Awesome. Awesome. You're not only are you connecting to an amazing gift, but you are now seeing the power and your ability to manifest and what that statement, ask and you shall receive, really means. So when we believe that we can ask and receive, we will. It starts with our belief. So awesome. Let's see. Mimi said, I'm with Mama. She's listening to you. Oh, your voice is relaxing her. I am so glad. Miss Yvonne, I am sending you so much love and so much light. And you guys, can we just stop for a moment, pause, pray? If you're not into prayer, send healing vibes, great energy. If you're into both, let's do it all. So let's just send some love and some light and healing to Miss Yvonne. She's actually listening with Mimi today. So let's just take a moment to send her that healing energy and just ask that the angels surround her and heal her. Okay, so Miss Yvonne, we're sending you so much love and so much light. Get better soon, okay? And thank you for listening. Naya said, will do. Thank you. Mylinda said, my dreams are very clear and speaking to me. And you always been connected. Yesterday in our REM group session, I won't say who because it's a private session, but one of the light workers in the session mentioned how she was hearing like the spirits in her home now. And so it reminded me of you, actually, Linda, when you guys lived in that house. Was it in Oakland? Or was it in Berkeley? I don't remember. But my Aunt Linda has a gift as well. And when she was younger, she heard footsteps, and she told the family. And when the family heard, the family moved after that, right? So, but when we speak in terms of control of our gift, so my Aunt Linda used to see spirits, and it used to frighten her. So she chose to no longer see them. And when my youngest son saw a spirit in our home, he ran in the room, and it was so apparent that he was seeing something. He just kept saying, man, he's right there, he's right there. And so my aunt told us to pray with him, and just let the guides know, let spirit know that it scared him, and then it would stop. And so we did, and my son stopped seeing spirits. Now he's older, and he's asked me, you think we could pray it back? I'm like, it don't work like that. Meditate, clear your mind, clear your psyche, connect, and it can come back then. So that just shows the power of the free will and the control we have over it. So don't be afraid to welcome your gifts, because you are in control. That's the main thing to remember. So okay, let's get into the first card. And okay, Mom, drive safe. Mimi, my mom said, tell your mom that she's praying for her. So Tia Lynn said, also, my dreams have been a reflection of emotional state while processing information. Usually my dreams are not about myself, but as of late, the self has been the focus. And you know what's so amazing? When we are on this healing journey, right, and we activate our free will and we call on our guides and our angels to assist us on our journey, and we set the intention to heal, these gifts that we have, they're not all about like being able to tell a total stranger, read them their whole lives, right, or help them navigate through their future or help them understand their past. These gifts first are for us, first and foremost. So one of the things that I do quite often is I set the intention that all of my guides, all of my angels, especially my healing guides and angels, will come in. And again, you guys, when we're calling on spirit assistance, make sure you're calling on highest light and love, because where there is light, where there is good, where there is high vibrational beings, there is the opposite. So when you're opening up this channel and you're allowing spirit in, if you are not clear on what you're welcoming in, then there is a strong chance that the only thing that comes in is not going to be what you intend to. So make sure you're calling on highest light guides only. But, I ask them, I thank them. When I say ask, I ask in a way of saying thank you for, as if it already is, right? And I just thank them for assisting me with healing the things that are known to me and unknown, that I'm consciously and unconsciously aware of. So when you set that intention to heal, your guides will kick in. They will kick in, they will help you. So these gifts are meant to be utilized in many different ways, not just as a psychic medium, right? So, okay. Okay, Key. I will call you Key. That'll be easy to remember because family members, they call me Keela, Kiki, and Key. So I will remember Key. So we got authority as our first card. So what Spirit just told me to tell you, you are the authority figure in your own life. In your own life. So I'm being told to tell you to take your power back, but I'm also being told to ask you, when you think of authority or an authority figure, what comes to mind for you? What feeling do you have? And let me know in the comments, okay? What do you feel when you think of an authority figure? What do you feel? What's the first thing that comes up? Keonine. Oh, that's beautiful. It's Greek. Okay. Okay, love you. So what's the first thing that comes to mind? Even if just one person tells me, because Spirit is telling me, okay, a parent or a teacher. Awesome. Awesome. So Alatha, what the question was is, when you think of an authority figure, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Key said the police. Okay. So when you think of a parent, a teacher, or the police, do you have a positive feeling about it or do you have a negative feeling about it? And those of you that are on Facebook, I don't see your comments. If you'd like to participate in the conversation, join us over on YouTube. Casey said teacher. And if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, please let me know phonetically how to say it. Naya said higher power. I never feel it's a human, more like an energy. Awesome. Awesome. Diamond said someone with full control. Awesome. So when you all think of whatever you think of or whatever feeling you have when you think of an authority figure, does it bring positive feelings or negative feelings for you? Naya said, I have a positive feeling when I think of authority. Cheryl said to be in charge. Alatha said, I actually got self. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So the reason why I'm asking you what feeling you have when you think of an authority figure is because, like Spirit said, you are your own authority figure, right? So when you think of an authority figure, you think of someone or something that's negative. Well, what you're doing is you're unconsciously disconnecting from the strength of your own power, right? Because you're not going to consciously choose or unconsciously choose to connect to something that feels negative to you. So what Spirit is saying, it's time to shift your perspective on what an authority figure is. And maybe if you experienced an authority figure in the past, that when you think of that authority figure, there's some feelings of negativity that come up. It's time for you to understand it wasn't them being an authority figure that created those feelings. It was them, because you are your own authority figure. So shift your perspective on what an authority figure is, if it's something negative, so that you can connect to that power within. And when you connect to that power within, like Diamond said, someone in total control. You are in total control of your life, whether you are consciously choosing your reality or your reality is being chosen by an unconscious belief that you still carry or hold on to. You are still in total control of your life. So Spirit is saying it's time for you to connect with the authority figure within. So let's see what you're saying. Key said, I feel it's intimidating. And see, and here's the thing. When we were talking about our gifts coming through, there are so many people that are afraid to allow their gifts to come through and flow through them out of fear. You know, some people, they hear, oh, you're a seer, and eventually you're going to see spirits. Oh, no. Right. So if they're having that fear, then they're putting up an unconscious block that's disconnecting them from their power. When we connect to our gifts are what enable us to serve. And underneath it all, that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to serve. It starts with self. And then as we heal our own hearts and we heal our own traumas, right? And we heal our own blockages, then it expands out to the world. And this is how collectively we work as a unit of light to shift the collective consciousness of humanity, right? So if you are feeling that way, then you're unconsciously choosing to be disconnected. So now what we have is obstacles and challenges. Obstacles and challenges. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you is keep your eyes on the path ahead, right? And what Spirit is saying, it's not your path in the 3D. Because if you look at this picture and you notice how, look at that rope, that plank, right? Look at it, it's broken. It's broken. But you also see these spirit guides, these orbs that are there to guide and protect. And if you look even closer, you'll see that circle, that energetic circle around the space that's broken, right? So that's Spirit protecting you, shielding you, guiding you. But what Spirit is saying is don't focus on your path in the 3D, because when you do, you're going to see all the cracks, the breaks, all the things that could go wrong, all the mishaps that could occur. And then you're going to start playing mind games with yourself and find all kind of ways and reasons why it serves you to detour from your path. Fear, all sorts of ego-based things. But if you keep your eyes focused on your path ahead in the spiritual sense, right? All you see is protection. All you see is guidance. All you see is abundance. All you see is prosperity. All you see is peace and balance and bliss, right? So Spirit is telling you it's time for you to disconnect a little bit more from the earthly realm and to start connecting to your higher self more. Start connecting in that realm, because that's where your power is, right? That's where your power is. My nose is itching, you guys. So let's see. Alatha said positive. Diamond Green said negative for me. Diamond Isis said I usually feel resistance towards authority figures. Mama Rachel said negative. Cheryl said positive. So do you now see the connection and where your beliefs or feelings towards an authority figure, for some of you, may still be affecting you in the now. And for others of you that have begun your healing journey and are active in that journey, can look back and see how your belief in an authority figure, your feelings towards an authority figure, when you look at your past, your journey, you can see the connection, right? You can see the connection. So you are your own authority figure. Alatha said, you are good, Nahkila. I'm still high off our group session and all the messages that we shared. I get it. Awesome. Thank you so much. So you guys, in our RIM group mentorship, RIM represents Release, Evolve, Maintain. So we have our monthly group sessions. And last night we had our session. And then we just had chat time where we were talking about recipes and stuff. But it was pretty powerful, pretty powerful. So I'm grateful. Okay, awesome. My Aunt Linda said, I'm back. I can hear and see you. Yay. Mama Rachel said, today I accepted I needed no one's permission to live my life. And so it is. And so it is. Well, and here's the thing. When we think in terms of we don't need anything, right? We don't need anything. That includes someone else's permission. What is another person saying, yes, you may do this now, gonna do for us? Because 9 times out of 10, people are so caught up in their own trauma, their own emotions, their own view on themselves and life, which is typically formed from what they experienced early on in life. And so now their lenses have, it's either going to be rose colored, it's either going to be covered with a shield of, when you think of shades, where they see everything from a darker point of view, or they're going to be completely open and seeing it from the third eye. But either way, their permission isn't necessary. What are you giving yourself permission to do, right? Today, my beautiful Aunt Rachel decided that she doesn't have to have anybody's approval. Why? Because she approves of her. So it all starts here. When you begin to love yourself, You won't feel the need to be loved by anyone else. It'll just be an icing on the cake, right? Or a cherry, because your cake's already iced. It'll be that cherry or sprinkles or whatever other thing that just adds a little extra oomph, right? But you're already whole and complete as you are. So the thing I told my mom most recently, I wasn't born a twin, and even if I was, we weren't born at exactly the same time, right? So, what I was saying is I don't need another person to complete me, another person, whether it's an individual as a love interest, a job, a friend, a sibling, whatever, they're to add to you, but they don't make you better. You're already perfect as you are, right? So now our next card we got is accelerated motion. And instantly I'm hearing it's time to take action. It's time to take action. If you know that your life is not where you would like it to be, what are you waiting for? And what does action look like? Action is different for everyone. For one person, action can be meditating every day. Action can be cleansing and protecting yourself energetically every day, right? Action can be picking up the book that Spirit led you to read and reading a page every day. Action can be working with a mentor, right? Action can be serving in your purpose. Action is different for all of us, but sitting still is no longer an option. Spirit is saying it's time. It's time to move. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is saying action can also be changing your eating habits and literally physically moving, right? Pouring into yourself can be action. Anything else for this card? Spirit is just saying you are an eternal being. You are an eternal being. You are here to teach and learn. That never ends. And while you are the teacher, you are also always the student. And while you are the student, you are also always the teacher. So whether you are hyping yourself up in a prideful, egotistical way, or whether you are shutting yourself down in a self-loathing, lack way, Spirit is saying, stop it. Just be in balance and in flow with who and what you are, right? Who are you? Who are you? If I were to ask you that question, if we were sitting down talking like we are right now, and I say, who are you? Who are you? Tell me in the comments, who are you? Who are you? And then tell me, what are you? Who are you and what are you? Let me know in the comments. Let's see what you all are saying. Mama Rachel said, okay, I read that. Tia Lynn said, I felt called to ask what you know about Kali Ma. Okay, so listen, Kali Ma is a fierce warrior goddess, right? She's a loving mother, nurturing figure, but she doesn't play when it comes to cutting those cords and disconnecting us from everything that's not serving us. I shared, I believe it was last week, that on my chest, I have the Kali Ma tapestry on top, right? And the reason why it's there, not hanging in the home, is because it looks kind of vicious. She's carrying heads and wearing arms around her waist, but it's symbolic for all the things that are no longer serving us that she's severing for us. So if you are someone that's seeking to have an energetic assistant to help you release things that are no longer serving you, you can call on Goddess Kali. You can also call on Sekhmet, same figure, different culture. So yeah, definitely there to serve and assist you with severing ties to things, people, places that are no longer serving you. Let's see. Hi, Tanisha. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome. Alatha said, Mama Rachel, you are exactly right. You got this. And Key said, yes, you're right. I can see future through my dreams and it's scary. That's why I try to block it. And so when you see things and you get scared, explore why that is, right? Because if you can shift from the fear, which now remember, fear is like an opening to receive all that you're fearing, right? It's that whole thing, what you think about, you bring about. So if I'm afraid, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that in a minute, then I'm going to create the things I'm afraid of, right? I'm going to create those things I'm afraid of. But what you're seeing in your dreams, there's a purpose for it. So what your job to do to serve yourself is to ask, what is this showing me? What am I meant to learn from this? And sometimes those dreams may actually feel scary because of what you're seeing and receiving. But when you ask spirit to help guide you on what it actually means and you get the breakdown, then you'll find that gratitude because you'll understand, oh, this isn't scary at all. I'm just being guided. I'm being shown so they can help me on my journey. Right. So now I'm going to go to the fear thing. When my gifts started to really come through, they've been present all my life, but I wasn't always aware, right? But when they really started coming through, I started sleeping with a nightlight, and then it became my salt lamp because, low vibrating energies don't always prefer the light. So, okay, here's me with the nightlight. And I'm a person who likes to sleep in pitch dark naturally, right? So for about a year, I slept with a salt lamp, my nightlight. And then my mom watched The Exorcist when she was pregnant with me. So I've always been a person who has loved scary movies. The reason why Halloween is my favorite time of year is because I get to go to haunted houses. I love being scared. I'm that person, when they chase me with the chainsaw, I'm running in a circle, screaming and laughing all at the same time, right? So when my gifts really started to come through, I stopped watching scary movies, especially scary movies that pertain to things like hauntings, right? The reason being is because in my mind, I felt out of sight, out of mind, right? Here I am, super sensitive now to these gifts. And if I'm watching this, now I'm thinking about it and I'm welcoming it in, and I was scared. Just to be honest, I was scared. I was more scared of the reality of it than what we see in the movies, right? And so I stopped. And then Spirit said, it's time for you to release that fear. One day, Spirit actually sent me to watch a movie, right? And there was a message there behind the movie that I was meant to gain, but I've now released that. Why? Because what I fear is what I'm bringing. So what do? I protect myself. I call on my guardian guides to protect me. I shield myself. I pray, right? So now I'm protected, and there's nothing for me to fear but fear itself. There's nothing for me to fear. Why fear when I know that I have an army of ancestors, an army of angels, an army of spirit guides surrounding me and protecting me, and that as long as I'm serving in the light, I'm untouchable to anything outside of light. And there is nothing stronger than light, right? And as I say that, the India.Arie song, I Am Light, starts to play in my head. So when we fear, what we're actually doing is we're opening a door, welcoming in the exact thing that we're fearing. So releasing that fear is so, so important. Let's see what you all are saying. Cheryl said there's more to us as souls than meets the eye. And this is so true. Diamond said, I've been getting take action a lot lately. Release what is and go towards what's waiting for me. Okay, now I just got a very specific on what that means, but I'm going to let you tell me what that means. Mama Rachel said, I'm Rachel Hiromi, and I'm a nurturer and healer. Yes, yes, yes. And so it is. Yes, you are. So you guys, those of you that are in REM have heard me say this a lot. And some of you that have been coming to Wednesday Live and Power Hour have heard me say it. But three of my aunts join from time to time. Most often it's Mama Rachel. It's let me see. How is my Aunt Linda on here? Are you on as Melinda? My Aunt Linda, who is on here, is Melinda, I believe, and then my Aunt Mary. And they have all served me in some way or another on my journey, right? My Aunt Rachel was another big influence, always nurturing, always serving. And that's just her nature, right? And oftentimes as healers, it's our nature, but we're serving, our service is displaced, right? Because it's just natural for us. But if we haven't healed, we're always serving everybody and everything, and we're forgetting about self, right? We're forgetting about self. Now, fortunate for me, she was a natural server and healer, and I was able to reap the benefits, and it helped mold me as a child. But then she served a whole lot of people that, if we're going to use terms like didn't deserve it, they just didn't deserve it, right? She forgot about self. Now she's serving self. So now she's ready to get out there and serve the world, right? Serve the world. So it's amazing, amazing. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what you've done for me, and I'm grateful for what you're going to do for the world, what you continue to do for the world. Alatha said, Key, I crave to see my future and you are blocking it. Sounds to me you have a great gift, giving you information via dreams. Wow. Okay, so Alatha, exactly what you just said to Key was exactly what I felt after our conversation yesterday about you. Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. So read your own comment to Key, but read it outside of yourself, right? Read that to yourself again. Casey said, I am a co-creator of my life, healer and protector, and so it is. Victoria said, I am a healer, teacher, leader, and so it is. And so it is. Cheryl said, I can't answer that because I've forgotten when I incarnated this body. So you know what? Let's cancel, delete, I can't, and just, I haven't processed that yet, or I don't remember yet, right? Because remember, our words are so powerful. So the more you're claiming I can't or I don't know is what it's going to be. But you know what you can do is you can connect to your soul. And oftentimes I like to have you draw that energy to your solar plexus, which is located right here, right above your belly button. And just really focus on connecting to your higher self and ask your higher self that question. Who am I and what am I? And see what you receive. The first thing you get, put it in the comments. Let us know. Okay. Let's see. Casey said, I've been sleeping with lights on for 2 days. Tia Lynn said, Kalima literally popped up into my head last night and I felt this like rage energy and I just had to thank her for this warrior energy. My computer is lagging, laugh out loud, so I'm not watching live. Okay, you know what? I'm so glad because based on what I know about where you are in your journey, I'm so grateful that Goddess Callie is coming to you to lend that assistance because with what you're facing, that warrior spirit is being called out. And with her assistance, you will definitely have it come out. Now, that rage, what I'd like you to do is channel that rage in the form of releasing it, right? Because we know whenever we act in rage, right, it's not serving anyone. But feeling that rage is good because you've got to feel it to heal it. You've got to feel it to heal it. So if it's rage that's in your system and you haven't released that rage, well, then it's killing you from the inside out, right? So yesterday, I had a healing session with Quita, and I ended up in tears, My inner child just kept saying, I just want someone to love me. I just want someone to love me, right? So these are aspects that I've worked on in healing. And as I'm ascending, Spirit is saying, okay, yeah, you healed this over here, but what about over here? Now it's time to heal it. So I kid you not, I was sobbing, I was crying like a baby, right? And that inner child that stems from childhood and past life stuff, right? But I had to feel it to heal it. Sometimes it's just a matter of residue, right? We can heal, but there's residue. So we got to come with that energetic broom, sweep it up, get the dustpan, toss it out. So I'm so grateful that you're allowing yourself to feel that rage, but just make sure you're channeling it in the form of release. And then after it's released, now that rage becomes courage. That rage becomes strength. It becomes power, right? It becomes a solid spiritual foundation. Now you can speak your truth with love and compassion, but with the firmness of standing your ground, right? Fearlessly speaking your truth. So let's see what the next card says. We got self-worth. Look at that. Self-worth. So one of the things that Spirit is saying is if you truly knew who and what you were, self-worth would never, ever, ever be a question. It would just be a part of you, a natural fabric of your soul, part of the natural fabric of your soul. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are so deserving of all things positive, all things abundant, all things light and happy and peaceful, right? You are so deserving. You know, there's something that comes up about the inner child. A lot of the fuel we're operating on is connected to our inner child. And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling some heart chakra going on right now. So I'm going to set the intention that we're sending Reiki to your heart as we go through our Empower Hour. But a lot of what we believe, a lot of the way we see ourselves in the world, we're operating from the age of birth to 7, to 7. You guys know how they say when a person gets addicted to drugs, they stop maturing and their mindset is usually, right there where they became addicted. And one of the most famous people that we were able to witness was Frankie. When you look at Frankie, she was this older woman, but she got hooked on drugs very early. So when you looked at her maturity level, it was that of her age when she got addicted. So it's no different when we experience trauma. Our unconscious mind, the age we are, gets stuck there. So now how I'm viewing myself, which for me at the time, I wasn't worthy of love. I wasn't worthy to have someone stay the course and be there for me unconditionally, right? I had young parents. They were babies. Of course, my grandparents were always that unconditional, consistent love. But as a child, I couldn't process. My parents were babies dealing with their own trauma, attempting to love and pour into a child, and they weren't even able to do that for themselves. So how could they do it for me? But unconsciously, none of that clicked. Even when it became a logical awareness, a conscious awareness, I'm still stuck at that little girl sitting on my grandparents' steps, waiting for my dad to come. Right? So now everything I see is operating from me at that age until I heal it, right? Until I heal it. So now let's flip it. As we're talking about the inner child, when you're dealing with someone and someone is treating you a certain way, let's connect to that compassion. They're operating from their inner child. And trauma gets lodged in our psyche, in our unconscious, birth to 7. So how would you act with a bratty 7-year-old? How would you, as an adult, how would you treat a bratty 7-year-old? This is how we're called to look at people that come in and we have conflict or what's perceived to be conflict. So also they're there to show us something within that we're being called to heal, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Lada said, don't come for me, Nahkila. She said she's just playing. She didn't send for me, but I came. But I'm going to go away now. Let's see. Let me make sure I don't miss anything that you all have said. And again, if you're on Facebook, join us on YouTube, because although we're streaming live, I don't see your comments. Okay. So Tanisha said the very definition of there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Exactly. And Cheryl said The Exorcist is the scariest movie I've ever seen. It didn't scare me that much. I love scary movies. But when my gifts started to come through, yeah, there's no way you would have caught me watching that movie. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. But I'm a bit of a weirdo. Alatha said, remember to like this video and share if led to. Thank you so much, Alatha. Yes, if you're receiving anything from this video, if the message is resonating, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your community, because when you do so, it helps us to grow the channel and it helps us to get these messages out there. Within the United Light Beings Awakening group, someone posted a meme with what's the lady who, she's a comedian and she's on The Talk. I believe she has a big smile. Cheryl Underwood, is that her name? So he posted that and he said, if you don't smile like this when I call you or something like that, then it was a meme, right? And so someone commented, because there were 4 pictures, beautiful woman, but if she would just turn down the smile a bit, not so gummy, then it would be better, something to that effect. And so what I said was, may I suggest that we encourage her and that we ourselves love every aspect of us unconditional, because society is always teaching us to tone down something in order to be beautiful. And we are perfect, whole, and complete as we are, right? So the more we can love ourselves, the more we can love the world. And the more love there is, the more peace there is. But it starts with self. And someone may not look at, me telling that child, like for instance, my grandmother, older people, they're taught old stereotypes of what beauty is. And so they pass it along. They don't mean no harm. And as I say that, my grandmother used to always say, Momo don't mean no harm, before she was about to check you. But anyways, she'd always tell you, like, hold your lip, like don't poke at your lips will be down your knee, things like that, right? So there was a period where I used to kind of walk around like this. with my lip in, or my mom used to be like, stomach in. She'd come past and she'd hit my stomach in. So to this day, it's a natural response for me to always hold my stomach in, right? But as a result of things like that, these are little funny stories, but oftentimes we don't really know that we're teaching our children not to love and accept themselves. And guess what? It stemmed from my mom's own hangups about her stomach. It stemmed from my grandmother's own hangup about her lips. Now, both women are extremely and were extremely beautiful, right? My grandmother's passed, but she's still beautiful in spirit form. I feel her, right? And they passed it on to me. So as a result, I spent a lot of my life thinking I was fat or I was ugly and I was tripping. So the more I love me, the more peace I feel. The more peace I feel, the more peace I can project. We be just going all over the place, don't we? And Power Hour be all over the place. So let's see. Cheryl said, in the Bible, it says God created good and evil. And so when we think in terms of we are the divine having a human experience, we create good and evil here, right? Heaven and hell is a state of mind. You're not going to go to some place in the sky and experience the land of milk and honey. You're not going to go to some place underground and burn in the fire that's of hell, for eternity. It's a state of mind, right? It's also, what are you putting out into the world, right? And of course, what you put out is a direct reflection on where your mindset is, right? It's all about perception and breaking down the things that the divine, the things that God, the things that Allah, whatever you refer to your higher source of power is actually saying to us, right? It's all about us. It's all a state of mind. We have the power to create heaven and we have the power to create hell. It all starts within. It all starts within. So Mama Rachel said, yes, so true. My Aunt Linda said, yes, I'm here. Alata said, don't come. Oh, I already said that. Okay, I'll check it afterwards. And I'm already proud. I don't even know what it is, but I'm already proud. I think I do know, though. Cancel think. That's lack, you guys. I believe, I feel, I know. Michaela said, I feel as though I'm a kid that doesn't want to grow up the way they say you have to. I want to surrender to imagination and space and time. Well, cancel, delete, want, because when you claim want, Spirit's going to say, oh, you want? Here's more want, right? But I'm choosing. And you know what? You don't have to grow up. Just because you choose to embrace your inner child, as I do, doesn't mean you're immature. It doesn't mean you don't take care of your responsibilities, right? It doesn't mean any of that. But the reason why we're taught that when we become a certain age, we must grow up is because when we're connected to our inner child, we're still connected to that fearlessness. We're still connected to that imagination. We're still connected to that belief that we can have, do, and be it all, right? When we disconnect from our inner child and we start to live in a space of logic is just another word for limitations, barriers, blocks, right? We got tricked. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. I embrace my inner child. I am as mature and responsible as they come, but I'm also as childish and goofy and silly as they come. It's about balance. So if you don't feel like growing up, don't grow up. In fact, I recommend that you connect to your inner child more, right? I recommend it. Last night during our REM group session, there was a card that I pulled, I believe it was like a week ago at least. And I had it sitting on my desk. And it was just sitting there. And Spirit said, grab it. And what it said was, if you're interested or if you're choosing to be, and don't quote me, I'm going to give you the gist. If you're choosing to be fabulously rich, why don't you just pretend that you are right after you stop pretending that you aren't? Right? And so it came up when we were children, we played make-believe. Barbie and Ken were real, right? I had Cricket. It was a tape in her back that was making her talk and her eyeballs move like this, but she was my daughter. She was real. My Cabbage Patch Kids, Annabelle Lorelei, and Asher Charlie were real, to the point that Cabbage Patch back then were not cheap, and Annabelle had a hole in the back of her head, and my mom was going to take it back. And I said, no, mommy, because if she was my real baby, and she was born with a birth defect, I wouldn't get rid of her. right? And I know my mom think I done paid $100 for this doll. She got a big old hole in the back of her head. But you see what I'm saying? But we pretended that things were real. And if we think about it, when we were children, how much of what we set to accomplish did we not accomplish? It's because we had this fearless belief that we would. Let's just think about learning to ride a bike. I remember being on Prince Street in Berkeley, learning to ride my bike, and that determination that no matter what it took, no matter how long it took, I was going to take these training wheels off. And what happened? We've all had our training wheels come off. So now Spirit is saying it's time for us to take the training wheels off of our life. And it's time for us to believe that we're able to ride this bike called life without wheels. I said wheels, right? Training wheels or any other wheels. Why? Because we're able to be elevated and carried by the divine. We just got to believe. So let's go on to the next card. This one came in upside down, which typically means that this is an area of block or it's an area where improvement serves your highest good, and it's vision. It's vision. And so what have we been talking about? We've been talking about our gifts, right? We've been talking about how we view authorities, how we view ourselves and the world in general, right? So it came in reverse because Spirit is saying it's time to shift our vision. It's time to shift our perception. How do we perceive ourselves? How do we perceive the world? How do we perceive our gifts, our talents, our capabilities? It's time to shift our vision. Take those glasses off. As a matter of fact, close your eyes. Like for real, unless you're driving, close your eyes with me for a second. And just take a few slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow yourself to connect to that space right between your brows. Connect to your third eye and see behind your closed lids an eye right there in the center of your forehead, right there between those brows, and see that eye open. Go ahead and see that eye open now. And just allow your third eye to be activated. Allow your boundaries to be set. And allow your gifts to flow through you easily and effortlessly with divine clarity. And so it is. And here's the thing. If you are someone that doesn't practice visualization and you had a difficult time actually visualizing that eye, just practice that exercise. Practice it. Set your boundaries, make them clear, right? And then just practice seeing that third eye open. Because these eyes, these two right here, the ones we've been taught to see from, will deceive us. But this one right here in the middle, that handy dandy third eye, oh, there's no deceiving us there. Not when we're grounded, not when we're protected, not when we're prayed up, right? Not when we're meditating the heck out of ourselves. Okay, that sounds super silly, but you know what I mean, right? So Spirit is saying change your vision. And again, we have the number 8. You are an infinite being. Infinite being. We are in the last night where the moon's energy is super potent, that new moon energy. So if you are feeling some fear around accepting who and what you are, release it. And just connect to the moon's energy and just release it. Let it go. Let it go. Let's see what y'all are saying. Tanisha said, the unhealed parts of my younger self have been pulling on me hard. The timing is perfect because where I'm going and determined to be, none of my past hurt serves that purpose. And so it is. In fact, when we're still operating from that space, it's hindering us. You may be like me. Yeah, I was able to achieve a certain level of success according to society. But like we talked about before, what that inside do though? How was I feeling internally? What you can gain materialistic or how you can move in society means nothing if you feel like a garbage pail kid on the inside, right? We got to let it go. Let it go. Because underneath all that garbage, all that junk, all that trauma, all that fear, all that hate, all that hopelessness is the divine, right? And we're just being prompted to take action so we can release that and let our light shine. And then I hear this little light of mine playing in my head. So let's see. We also have unfinished symphony. And we have the number 10, and Spirit is saying that 10 is representing those endings so you can get to those new beginnings. No matter where you are in your journey, you may have never stepped foot in the idea or in the presence of healing. You may have read every self-help book there is known to man, hired every mentor and coach, and done all the steps, right? But our journey is never ending. So Spirit is saying, you're reaching an end of a cycle, and it's now time for you to embrace this new cycle that's upon you. Do so with fearlessness. Do so with enthusiasm. Do so with self-acceptance and self-love, and stepping into the energy of security, knowing that you're guided, you're protected. And I'm just hearing you're wise beyond your knowing. You're wise beyond your knowing. So the last 4 cards, I was led by Spirit to read from the book when Spirit had me pull from here and then give you a deeper message. So Unfinished Symphony. Let's see. My Aunt Linda said, I am a leader, and so it is. Cheryl said, God was the first word that came to mind. I don't think I'm God, though. Maybe a part of them. So here's the thing. What is God to you, right? When you think of God and you think of what we've been taught, and you think of the fact, I always say I use the sun as an example, right? The sun being source, right? The sun represents God, that sun that we see, right? And then the sun rays are us, right? Us. A different aspect of God, but still no less God, right? And here's the thing. When that sun is shining and those rays are hitting different areas of the world, serving different purposes in the world, that's us. We're the light. We're the rays of light. When we heal ourselves, right, move those clouds and heal ourselves, then we shine. What does the sun do? The sun fosters life. The sun fosters warmth. When you think of summertime, what do you think of? Summertime fun. Some of you may have fallen in love in the summer, right? So you are the divine having a human experience. And the first thing, you connected to your higher self. Your higher self is directly connected to the divine, and you heard God. Don't fight it. Don't doubt it. Remember, it's about changing your perception. When you can embrace your inner divinity and understand that you are the divine having a human experience, you'll stop discounting yourself. You'll stop doubting yourself. You'll stop giving your power away. And this is to all of us. This isn't just to Cheryl. This is to all of us. You connected to your higher self, and that's the answer you got. That's the answer. So if you ask me who I am the divine having a human experience. Okay, let's see what the book says about 10. So it says, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure. And it says the need to make amends. It serves your highest good to make amends. The oracle's message is, this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. And the relationship message is, moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if necessary, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. Now, as I'm reading that, Spirit is saying that new love, as it relates to us today, is that self-love, right? It's that self-love. So the prosperity message is make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. The protection message is when unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. And as I was reading that, this card came into play. So, I realized in one of our Empower Hours, I was being led to tell you when I talked about how I took that immediate action and how important it is. Well, the reason why it's important, now I always say, it doesn't matter who's presenting you with what. I don't care if I said join the REM group mentorship. It is going to change your life. Although it will, I always say tap into spirit and get your yes before you say yes. Because if you don't tap into spirit, it doesn't matter how REM can change your life, right? If you don't get that surety for yourself, where's your commitment level? You may still be teeter-tottering in, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. And if you're there, you're going to produce iffy, wishy-washy results. But when spirit says it's a yes, you know without a shadow of a doubt it's a yes. Now you're all in and your results are going to reflect that, right? But the reason why it's important to take immediate action is because when we think about that unconscious mind we've been talking about, that inner child that's rooted in that fear and that doubt and that hopelessness and that shame and all that pain starts speaking. And although our inner child thinks they're protecting us, they're hindering us. So now your inner child starts to tell you all the reasons why it doesn't serve you to invest that $111 a month to shift your life, right? And then if you don't take that immediate action, now you're caught up in that same old cycle of self-sabotage and you don't move. You stay stuck and stagnant where you are, right? And this is why last week when I was asked my story and I talked about that immediate action, is because without it, I would have found every reason why not to move, because there's comfort in my discomfort. I know what to expect. When I was living in misery, I know what to expect from misery. What I wasn't familiar with was happiness. When there was chaos and discord, I know what to expect from that. What I wasn't familiar with was peace, right? It's time for us to shift our vision. It's time for us to know that we're worthy of that shift. It's time for us to be the authority in our own lives. It's time for us to stop creating obstacles and challenges that prevent us from taking accelerated motion into action. It's time for us to finish that symphony. That chapter is done, right? Now we got the card observer, and this one came in upside down too. And Spirit is saying, stop being the observer. It's time for you to be in the midst of the action. It's time for you to be the action, right? So let's see what it says. But before we do, let me see what you all are saying. Let's see. And I will be doing the $20 mini reads after Empower Hour. So if anyone is interested in that, let me know and I'll share that link with you. So let's see. He said a lot of thanks. I'm still trying to receive this gift and release the fear. Well, cancel, delete trying, because when you use the word trying, your unconscious mind hears don't do it. You're choosing. You're choosing to. You are doing it, right? You're doing it. And you guys may notice I'll cancel, delete certain words. Well, in the description box of every video on the channel, there is the interactive, I was about to say the lack language versus abundance list, but there's the interactive ebook link. Everything starts with remembering. It's free. Download it, get that lack language versus abundance language list, and get familiar with it. And when you use lack, just cancel, delete it, and switch it with the abundance language, because our words carry power. And if we're speaking in lack, we're creating lack. When we can align our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our actions, and our words with abundance, now we're even more empowered to create that abundant life that we deserve. So check it out. Check it out. My Aunt Linda said, I have grandchildren that needs my soul. They need my energy, and I'm here for them. And Cancer Elite they don't need anything. It serves their highest good to have it. It serves their highest good to have it. And let's see. Key said, where are we? Uh-oh, Rachel, my Aunt Rachel she already let Key know, cancel try and replace with choose to. There you go. See, we got each other. We got each other. So let's see. Key said, thanks a lot. This is so empowering. I'm so, so grateful. Tanisha said, I'm having social challenges because my self-worth finally is me. It's what I think, do, and speak. It feels so comfortable. Now I need to learn how to coexist with others who aren't there yet. Well, cancel, delete, need. It just serves your highest good to do it. It serves your highest good to do it. And the more energy you put into your healing, the easier it becomes. But again, think about that message that came through. I knew Spirit had a purpose for that. Because we were talking about self, how our inner child is guiding us. But what Spirit also said, right? What we're called to remember is those that we encounter that have not healed yet are operating from where their trauma occurred. And although a person may have had trauma throughout their whole life, so let me tell you, my mom got remarried when I was 6. My brother's father was extremely abusive in every sense of the thought, abuse, right? You would think that was the source of my trauma, right? Now, I was 6 when they got married, but the abuse didn't start until about 2 years later, which would make me 8, right? My trauma stemmed from my parents' divorce when I was 3. My dad was 19 when they got married, when they had me, right? 23 by that time, right? 23, about 23. He was a baby. I look at my oldest son. My son, Asim, will be 23 on the 7th of November. He's a baby, right? That didn't stop that trauma. That was the root of my trauma because of the age. That's where it occurs, right? So although you may think all that abuse may be my trauma, no. So between birth and 7. So what you're dealing with when you're dealing with an unhealed person is at best a 7-year-old when they're operating in their pain and they're operating in their trauma. So you would show up with love and compassion for a 7-year-old when you're healed. But then we think about those parents, those adult, figures that aren't healed themselves. And those are the ones that yell at 7-year-olds and abuse 7-year-olds and mistreat 7-year-olds, right? Because they aren't healed. But when you heal, you show up with love and compassion. So just keep that in mind whenever you're dealing with those people. And then also checking in with Spirit. Does it serve my highest good to deal with this person on any level? And you'll get your answer. And if it does, you're showing up in that love and compassion. And you're hanging in there because it's going to serve you and it's going to serve them. And when you're serving in the light, your blessings are abundant. Or Spirit will say, nah, sis, nah, bro, let that go. And then it may be tough at first because you love them. You're invested in their well-being, right? But you got to say, I give you love and light from a distance, but I got to bow out, right? So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Let's see. Casey says, so true. Tia Lynn said, I did. I channeled the rage. I was dancing, actually. And then I did some martial arts, which I hadn't done in years. I'm so, so proud of you. You have no idea. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. Mama Rachel said, okay, we got that. Cancel, delete that trying. Replace it with choose to. Tanisha said, thank you for that. Deal with conflict the way I would a bratty 7-year-old. Yes, you're so welcome. But yes, deal with them like that. So my Aunt Linda said, God Almighty carries me through each day. I had a dream last night with Popo and Momo, and Popo was letting me know that what I'm doing is well, except watch strangers. And I told him, okay. So here's the beautiful thing. Listen, Spirit is just using my beautiful aunt today because one of the things that my aunt set the intention was to have spirits visit her in her dreams instead, right? So now they come to her in dream form. So my grandparents, Momo and Popo, I told you guys last week where the name AshworthScott came from. These are the parents she's referring to. They visited her in her dream and they gave her guidance, right? They gave her guidance. So, Linda, I'm also being told to tell you it's also about you remembering to put yourself first at all times. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is saying this is where you're called to heal. This right here, because you're such a giver that sometimes you give to the detriment of self. And when you're giving to the detriment of self, you're also enabling, not helping, not serving others, right? But when you find the level of self-worth that spirit is calling for you to have. Now, remember, when personal messages come up, it's for all of us, right? It's for all of us that may be dealing with this. Spirit is saying your boundaries will be clear. Now, just like you set those boundaries with spirit and you shifted your spiritual self and how you receive, spirit is saying it's time to have strong and clear boundaries in your physical world, your 3D world. So, yeah, a lot to say. Not to take you off from, however, what do you think it is that you serve, that you accepted, you surrendered, and you served in some sort of way? You were led to serve in some sort of way, and you did, and it turned out good. That's what I feel it is. A lot that said, Melinda, that's good. You have family coming to you, guiding and protecting you, and so it is. Yes. A lot said, what that inside do though? Yeah, I felt that one. You know what that inside do? Diamond Green said, yeah, I've been super nervous and anxious about my spiritual flow. And why is that? Is it because there's comfort in your discomfort and you know that you're on the brink of being your great, fabulous, perfect self and all your imperfections, whole and complete self? And that's a little nerve-wracking because you're used to being the diamond that eats the Cheetos on the couch, right? So have you gotten in touch with what it is? Because you're on the brink, like you're healing, you're releasing, you're growing, you're expanding emotionally, consciously, unconsciously, spiritually. Each layer we peel back, we become more naked. We become more naked. And if you were to be naked, like go outside naked, how uncomfortable would that be? I got a story for you. So last week, I was going to the store, right? And I took a shower. I was ready. Actually, I took a spiritual bath. I was ready to relax. So, after that spiritual bath, that sacred bath, you'd be like, whoo, spirit, take me away, right? Ready to just conk out. But there were some things I didn't pick up from the store. I didn't feel like putting on a bra. I was on the phone with my mom and I said, you know what? I'm not putting on a bra. Now, I told y'all last week, I'm a 36 long. Okay. This bra works wonders. However, my mama was like, girl, if you don't put a bra on, and she think about my grandmother and all that. And I'm like, Mom, I don't feel like putting on a bra. If I were to put on a bra, it would only be because I'm worried about what somebody thinks about me not having on a bra. And that's growth for me because my breasts, the old me would have been like, oh, I got to put him on a bra and lift them up to my neck. And you know what I mean? And it's just like, no, I'm not wearing a bra. This is what I feel. And it's about us serving us. So many of us are still caught up in, I'm doing it out of habit. And that habit is to please everyone but self. Now, if I felt like putting on a bra, that would be a different story. But I didn't feel like putting on a bra. I felt like accepting my 42-year-old mother of two breasts for what they were and being comfortable. I was just going to come home and take my clothes off anyway and cook, right? So why put on a bra? You get where I'm going with this? You get where I'm going with this? So yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, Daryl. Welcome. Thank you for joining as we start having the bra conversation. Mama Rachel says, share a link, please. Link for the reading. Let's see. I sure will. Let me go to it right now. I was going to ask Alatha to do it, but I believe that would require you getting out of the chat. So bear with me, guys. We still have 2 more cards to go, and then we'll get into our $20 mini readings for anyone that's interested. And while we wait, if this video is resonating with you on any level, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. I don't know, whoever left it a thumbs down, I welcome your opinion to tell me what part and what you don't resonate with so I can give you some clarity. Let's see. Where are we? So we can gain clarity on whatever was said that you are not clear about. Okay. I'm having so much fun with you guys. I love doing this with you. Now I'm attempting to copy. Usually, you guys, I come with it already copied and ready, but I told you our group session went over for our team. The AshworthScott, our meeting went over, and I almost came to you in pajamas. Okay. So there is the link. You can also do Cashapp, which is the $ AshworthScott, and I will put that there. So if you have Cashapp, I would recommend doing that instead. But if you don't, then you can use the PayPal link. And then when you pay, then post your question in the comments. So let's see what you all are saying. Casey said, I'm so overjoyed right now. I'm glad I've watched this live. I am too. And we go live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And you said, no, you weren't the one who said it was midnight where you are. That's Key. So Key, I don't know what time it was when we actually started, but we go live every Wednesday at the same time. Mom Rachel said that's a new way to meet a man. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you said that because listen, my mom said you don't know who you may run into. What if I'm like, well, Mama, guess what? When he unwrapped the package, this is what he gonna get. I'd rather him see what it is as opposed to being like, oh, I thought you were 21. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm 42 with 2 kids. So, you know, and I'm exaggerating, but I mean, they're not that bad. But I mean, listen, they don't look the same out the bra as they do in the bra. I know a lot of us can relate. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of us. So it is what it is. But that was what my mom said. She was like, I was like, well, I mean, I'm still not choosing to do something I don't feel like doing to please, catch, recruit, treat, whatever, somebody else, you know, it just is what it is. So let's see. Cheryl said, I find that when I'm more at peace of mind, my desires flow to me more easily. Yes, it's the same as what we were saying, that heaven and hell is a state of mind, right? It's based on what we believe. And then what we believe determines what we put out, and we put out what we put out, we receive. So when you're more in flow with peace, when you're more in flow with abundant thoughts, then that's what you receive. So it's beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. I love her. She is so amazing. Casey said Alice Clarity sent her there. Yes, she's amazing. And thank you so much for coming and joining and tuning in. And I look forward to having you join us every week. There's actually quite a bit that gets posted. Friday features every Friday. This week, Nikki's going to be on. Check it out. The following week, Jillian, and then the following week, Javi. So don't miss it. Be there or be square. Mama Rachel, my beautiful Aunt Rachel said, okay, that's a new way to catch a man. Yeah. Minshmin. Spirit will guide me to the one when it's time. Let's see. Tia Lynn said, are you still doing mini readings today? I'm going to prepay since my internet is delayed. I would like just next steps from Spirit. Yes, ma'am. I am still doing them. So, yeah. So you can use I prefer the Cashapp if you have it. If not, you can use the PayPal, and the mini readings are $20. So, Diamond says, serving others to the detriment of self. That was for me too. Yes. So I'm going to say this again. And I know I've said it before, but when I was in my transition, you guys, I was closing a karmic cycle and I was going through an ascension, right? And this is a big one. This is a whopper. I literally packed up my life after 21 years of being where I was, and I started fresh over for the 3rd time in my life, right? And so I was carrying all this guilt because with my REM group mentorship, I was not as present as I felt I usually am. We were still doing our group sessions, but I just felt that disconnect because I was going through my own process. And Spirit finally said, you're human. You are the divine having a human experience, and this is a part of it. You're not a machine. You're not a machine. So although when we serve, we love to serve, and it's our desire to stay 100% plugged in at all times, Sometimes we're called to step back, breathe, rest, and just let the divine pour into us. And then when we come back, we're back even brighter and stronger than ever. And now we're really able to serve. So sometimes that detriment of self it's not just like I'm giving, material things, or I'm giving, things that my soul says no, but I'm still saying yes. Sometimes it's serving and not taking the time out for self. That's a detriment to our own soul. And then when we keep going, pretty soon our light is becoming dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and we're not even feeding those we're called to serve soul food. Now we're just feeding them processed junk, right? So it's important, so important. Lady Love, Mama said, I'm enjoying this so much. I'm listening while I work out. Yay, I'm grateful, Mom. Thank you. And thank you for helping me stay on track while I was in the shower today. Mama Rachel said flotation devices. Yes. Okay. General, please. Okay. I will do the general for you. And Tia Lynn, Diamond Green said, Tia Lynn paid for me a mini reading, but had to leave for meeting. Okay. So just remind me, listen, Diamond Green, I'm not sure if you're still here or not, but I can Tia Lynn. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll leave it here. She can catch the replay. Because I was going to say I either catch the replay or she could get it next week. But I'll leave it here and she can catch the replay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beautiful aunt. Hey, Monica. You posted right here. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So just post your question in the comments. So while we're waiting for that, so my beautiful Aunt Rachel's first. Tia Lynn is second. And then Monica's going to be third. So I'm going to finish this message and then I'll start with the mini readings. And anyone else that's interested, just go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know. Go ahead and pay for it and then leave a comment. Let me know what your question is. Diamond said, thank you for that clarification. I was starting to think I was slipping back into the habit of being everyone's superhero. No, ma'am, Pam. There's no slip back. You're not slipping. Because when you're slipping, your elevation stalls. Right? And you've been elevating way too much. You're not slipping. You're not slipping. But what I'm being told to tell you, but you're getting a reminder not to slip, because it's how we talk about sometimes we act out of habit. We're not even there anymore, but it's just habit for us to react, act, or be a certain way. It's real easy as you get in flow and you're just flowing to bam, here comes habit. And now I'm doing things that just don't resonate with my soul no more. So that's really what Spirit is saying. It's more of a forewarning for you. Okay, now let's get to this 49. Okay, so it says perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. Didn't we just talk about that? They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that those are the only reality. There are times when you require distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what serves your highest good to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. That message is coming through again, Cheryl. Asking you will find. Asking you will receive. Seeking you will find. The relationship message is sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely that the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take a higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. Now, as I was reading that, this is for all of us, but Tanisha, I felt like this message was also directly speaking to you. The prosperity message is, it is an advantage time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. Did you guys hear that? Let me say that one more time. It's time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's your motivation? Underneath the surface, underneath the 3D. Connect to your soul on a soul level. Why are you doing what you're doing, right? And I had said one time, we're too busy thinking of a master plan that we're not allowing ourselves to live the master's plan, right? So connect and figure that out. Why are you doing what you're doing? Let spirit guide you. Co-create with spirit. Stop thinking about what to do and be guided into your inner knowing of what to do. So, okay. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. The protection message is, ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are necessary now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink in it. It says it just serves your highest good to receive a little help, widening your scope beyond your small self. So, and self, I'm going to put small self in quotes because small is what we play oftentimes when we're grand and huge, right? So now, as that came through, I'm also being led to personally invite you to join the RIM group mentorship. So as I stated before, RIM is an exclusive group that's open to those that I mentor. And from RIM, what you receive is support and guidance. Just recently, Spirit told me to start going live where it's scheduled so that people that aren't able to participate in our group sessions live can join me for that. And so I can support you even deeper on your journey in between sessions. But then we also have monthly group sessions. And although it's a group session, everyone gets their own individual time. And then we come together, and it's not just me supporting you. You have other amazing light workers like Diamond Green, Diamond Carter, who's on here as ISIS LLC, Diamond Cartel. Why I say Carter? We have Alatha, we have Javi, we have Nikki, Tia Lynn. There's so many members that Mama Rachel, that I haven't named that are with us. So it's awesome. Check it out. But like I told you before, meditate, get that yes from spirit, because it is a 12-month commitment. And so if you're not committed, I'd rather you not invest the $111 a month. I'd rather you stay where you are until you're fully committed to put yourself 100% immersed in the process to elevate. Okay. So we got Seraphia's Bay, Ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. Look at that as I invite you to RIM, to elevate. And this speaks for itself. Now, for some of you, RIM may not be the answer, but it doesn't mean that Spirit's not leading you into the light, into the elevation process. When you meditate, you'll know what that is for you. And we also got Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Offer a helping hand. And this goes back, you show up for self with love and compassion, you can show up for the world in the same way. It starts with self. So if you're downing yourself, if you're saying things like, oh, I'm so stupid, or oh, I'm so dumb, or I'm so fat, or I'm so this, or I'm so that, I'm so blah, 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 blah. Stop it. What's the opposite of that? I'm so smart, so intelligent. I'm so beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm so this, like just switch it. Switch it. Okay, so let's see. So we have Mama Rachel for, and you said a general, right? So let me go back. Mama Rachel. Okay, general. Okay, awesome. So you guys, you can stay on for this part because oftentimes when it is a general message or a message in general for someone else, because we are one, we can too find answers to what we're going through in someone else's message. Do I pull for her from this one? Yes. Okay. But now we're moving into the phase of the mini reading. So if you are interested in a mini reading, they are $20. You can pay via Cashapp, and if you don't have Cashapp, you can pay via PayPal. Another one from this one? Okay. Now which one? And this is for Mama Rachel, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. Both? Are they meant to be upside down? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to, okay. I was going to say, I'm going to stop there, and then Spirit said pull from the Divine Feminine deck. And I just kept hearing when I looked down and saw the deck, tapping into your Divine Feminine. Such a nurturer, and really taking time and being intentional about connecting to your Divine Feminine. Okay, so your first card you got is Deep Knowing. And notice it's the number 7. So what I'm being told to tell you is you have that inner knowing, and that is your strongest gift. Now, what the 7 is representing here for you today, it is representing completion, because it's representing the completion of you doubting yourself and doubting your gifts. Also, what Spirit is saying is congratulations. We're proud of you for the work that you've done and the work you continue to do. You've been doing a great job at putting yourself first. But I'm hearing there are flutters of times and moments where you find it difficult to say no, when you find it difficult to trust in that process. Because oftentimes when you say no to certain people, that question of how will they feel about how I feel about them comes up. And I just heard kids. It's time for them to stand on their own 2 feet because you've taught them well. You're not turning your back on them. You're now just pushing them out of the nest, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, physically, and teaching them how to use those wings that they have. And also what you're doing is you're showing them how to be. I'm hearing you have the gift of gab. Use it. Your words move mountains. Your words touch chambers within the heart of the hardest hardened person. It's time for you to start utilizing your speech and allowing your voice to be heard. Be consistent in your endeavors, because through this consistency is where you'll, I'm hearing, find and gain success. And success is coming through more so success in what you're here to do, how you're here to serve, as opposed to financial success. But what I'm being told to tell you is your financial success is what you make it. I'm also feeling as though you haven't really set any solid financial goals for yourself, right? And Spirit is saying it's time to do so, because as you're being called to do light work, you get to determine your I was about to say constipation. So we're going to ask Spirit where that came from. Your compensation. So why constipation? Before I could even get it out, Spirit said, because by you not sharing your voice, by you not consistently doing that, it's like constipation to your soul. I'm gonna say it how I get it. All that shit is backed up and it's time to let it go, let it out, right? But it's not coming through like that low vibrating stuff. It's coming through like all this positive stuff that Spirit's giving you. It's like it's just sitting there and it's piling and piling and piling, but you gotta let it flow, right? Let it flow. I'm hearing you are definitely meant to serve the younger generation, but you're also meant to serve. I heard their parents, specifically their mothers, right? It's going to be more so the younger, the mothers, but then you may have like a class that you create for the fathers, right? And then as that was coming through, I just started to feel kind of lightheaded. Stop overthinking, just allow yourself to be in flow with what's next for you, right? Like you know what's next. That inner knowing comes to you, and then you start thinking of all the perfect ways to execute it. So stop and just let Spirit guide you. First thing is podcast, get back on it. Okay. I just heard allow yourself to use it as a platform to speak. And for whatever reason, I'm feeling some anxiety. Heart chakras doing a lot of butterflies, feeling some stuff in my solar plexus. Self-acceptance, release. I'm hearing release the need to be accepted. And it's not coming through like you're sitting around like, oh, well, people accept me, right? It's not a conscious like, oh, well, people accept me. But Spirit is saying, I'm just hearing work on your self-worth. Keep working on it. But while you're working on you, serve now, like deeper. Because you're serving, you do post, but Spirit is saying, no, your platform begins with your podcast and your book, right? And then you also got time for a nap. I'm just being told to tell you it's time to put to rest all those thoughts that no longer serve you. You were doing so great. And then sometimes those thoughts creep in. And right now you're in a period of thoughts creeping in. Get to the root of why, where it's stemming from, and heal it. And I'm being told to tell you to pay attention to what chakra it stems from. And as I'm saying it, I'm feeling heart and solar plexus, especially heart. I'm hearing you have the golden ticket to the next realm. Are you going to cash it in? Or are you going to sit on it? And it's coming through like, you know, if you get the winning lottery ticket, there's only so long that you have to cash it in. I don't know how long that is. But if you don't cash it in by a certain point, you lose it. That's kind of how it's coming through. You have the golden ticket. You're so powerful. Tap into your inner goddess, that divine feminine part of you, and let that shine. Now, I'm being told to tell you that it's about you finding that balance between your divine feminine and your divine masculine. You're 100% woman, but you haven't really stirred the pot in your divine feminine energy. So Spirit is saying, start doing that. Start taking time to do the things that make you feel like a beautiful and sensual woman, you know, and not doing it for anyone but you, because it's time for you to tap into that energy. There's power in your divine feminine energy. And Spirit is saying it's about you balancing that with your divine masculine. Okay, so you got denial and cycles, and they both came in upside down. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you, you're no longer in denial about who you are. You know exactly who you are, but it's about you finding new routes to get to where you're called to be. You kind of hit a wall of sorts, but there's writing on the wall. That wall is not a block. That wall is direction. It's guiding you into knowing what's next. But you're too blinded by the wall that you don't see the writing on the wall. So Spirit is saying, step back, read the writing on the wall, get the message, and then the wall disappears. With every level of understanding, that wall disappears. Okay. So what I'm hearing are moon cycles are positive for you, but more monthly cycles, right? And it's coming through. It's not so much like the moons every month. That is power for you. That's like in addition to, but monthly cycles, as in like the beginning and the end of every month, right? You know, when we think in terms of starting and ending, Spirit is saying for you to really start to tap in to some sort of ritual that you do for self that marks that ending of the month and that new beginning, and connecting it to you choosing that to be, you know, so for your life. So each month you're choosing to end those cycles of what's not serving you, and you're welcoming in what does. And so really put some energy behind it. You also got the cosmic egg, the divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever expanding love. Okay, let me just say, I can't make this up. Now, the deck itself is divine feminine, right? And when I looked at it, Spirit just kept saying divine feminine, divine feminine. But here is this card solidifying that message that just came through, right? When we think of the mother's the first nurturer, the first teacher, right? That divine feminine, you are that nurturer, you are that teacher. And you are birthing light workers, right? You're awakening light workers. They're starting in their infancy. I'm just hearing it's time for you to trust in your power. Okay. What does that mean? Well, I'll say it and then you'll explain. So, what I'm being told to tell you is you're also being called to release Satan energy. Not like you're worshiping Satan. That's not how it's coming through. Spirit just says Satan energy is that energy in others that feel like the devil. Whoever falls under that category, you're being called to release. I'm just hearing he is not worthy. He is not worth it. And I heard he, as in she knows. So let it go and don't look back. It's time for you to remove the blinders and see it for what it is. It's hindering you. Step into your power fully. It's time. And then I'm going to say it how I got it. Please excuse the language, but I was told to tell you, let all that other shit go. Let her go. Okay. That's what I got for you, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. I'm going to leave in the comments, let me know how it resonates, please, and thank you. And then it's Tia Lynn's. Since Tia Lynn isn't on, and Monica, are you still on? I'll do yours next, and then I'll do Tia Lynn's after, since she's not actively on. So let's see. Diamond said, thank you for that clarification. Okay, I read that. Monica said, okay, here's my question. I've been looking for work, but keep getting blocked. I have gone on 5 interviews, and most have been really excited to hire me, but then something happens that delays the process, and I'm not able to get hired, or they keep pushing the start date. Just would like to know what's going on. Been feeling super frustrated. Okay, so notice how I cancel deleted your want, and I said would like to know. Start there, but let me just, I'm being led to smudge really, really quick. Really, really quick. And then I'm gonna tap in and get your question answered. And I'm just being told to tell you it's stemming from your belief, right? Your belief. Not feeling connected, feeling disconnected, feeling like nothing sticks, right? Now, you're not necessarily feeling this as it relates to work, right? More in general, feeling a little discombobulated, feeling all over the place, right? Lots of nomad energy. But it's not like nomadic in like the pilgrimage type way, right? It's more like a displaced soul feeling. Your soul doesn't feel at home. You haven't connected energetically yet. You're disconnected from source and self, source as in self. You label it as finding yourself, but you don't have to find self. You're just being called to open to self. You've been on this journey for quite some time. And what's going on with you right now is energetically, you're fighting against your path because you've yet to heal your past, present, and future. Okay. So you've experienced a lot of times when people didn't show up for you. So unconsciously, you believe that people just aren't going to show up for you. You've experienced people not providing for you. So now on an unconscious level, you believe that whatever your desires are or whatever the necessities are in life, you're vibrating at that frequency that you won't be provided for. So you're now manifesting that, right? Now, the fact that they fall in love with you and they're excited to hire you is saying that that's when your inner divinity shines, right? That's when you're like, yes, I'm putting my best foot forward. This is me. And they're like, yes, we love her. But that vibration, that energy is still there. And so your reality is formed based on that. So in order for you to get a different outcome, it truly is about you shifting energetically. Your vibrational frequency has to change in order for your world to change. And I'm pretty sure right now the job is what comes up because this is something that is, it's like, okay, work equals money equals a roof equals food, right? But I'm pretty sure it manifests in other areas of your life as well, right? So let me pull a card for you. And this is a little odd, but Spirit is saying to pull from the romance angels. And I will tell you that whatever card you receive from this is pertaining to self-love, right? So, and I'm being led to say out loud right now what I say in my head. I used to say it out loud all the time, but now I say it in my head. But it's important for you guys to hear sometimes so that you know when you're calling on spirit. So highest light, guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, all of highest light and love. I thank you for a message from Monica that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth. One that comes through clear and serves her highest good. So it is. Okay. And pull from the bottom. Okay. And then top. Okay. All right. So first card you got is let go of control issues. Second card you got is passion. Very soon. Separation. We were just talking about you being disconnected from self, right? Okay, so what Spirit is saying, this is not the message on the card because it says allow this situation to unfold naturally. For you, the message is to let go of control issues. How is she holding on to control issues? I'm hearing she's controlling the outcome by overthinking. She's not really connecting to it from an energetic perspective. Even though she's aware of how energy works, she's still not quite making the connection. So you're being called to connect to every situation in your life as energy, right? Start using visualization. Let's take it back to basics. Like literally see yourself in that situation, right? But before you do that, see yourself healing the thing that's holding you back. think about, what does this job provide for you? If you were to get this job, whatever job it is, what would that mean to you? What would it be providing you? And then connect that to a time in your life where what that job is providing now, someone or something didn't provide you. And we're just going to keep it real. Someone, right? It may be someone's, right? Pay attention to where you're feeling that energetically, right? And that's where you're going to start your healing. So work on doing that first. And then when you're in that midst of healing it, then focus on the visualization of the outcome that you're choosing for the job. But Spirit is saying it's all about energy for you. And what the passion card is telling you, because Spirit is saying it's not the one that's on here. It's time for you to get passionate about life, no matter where you are on your journey, no matter what you're living in the now. Be passionate about it. It's also time for you to follow your passion and start connecting with Spirit to build up your gifts, what you're here to do and how you're here to serve. It's not to say not to have that job. You know, some people may say we must be realistic. And I'm not saying don't get the job. Sometimes an investor is necessary to be living in our passion, right? But Spirit is telling you to focus more of your energy on your passion as opposed to your needs. And, you know, needs is in air quotes because that may be how you refer to it. Like, I need this job because I need to pay my bills and I need to do this and I need to do that. And then what you got is very soon. And what Spirit is saying with your healing, and I know we are doing timeline regression in November. So with that process and with you continuing to heal, and it's good you're participating more in REM and you're being more present, very soon you will find that all these chains that bind you to where you are and keep you prisoner and hostage and prevent you from being where you're choosing to be will just fall. They won't only fall, they'll disappear, right? They'll disappear. But the separation, this right here is a huge factor, that you being separated from your divine self. So it's about you reconnecting with your divine self, reconnecting with your divine self in a way that you have never done while you've been living in this lifetime. Okay, so that is your message. Let me know how that resonates with you. And thank you and my beautiful Aunt Rachel for allowing me to serve you. So let's see. Cheryl said, I'm going to watch this whole live stream again. Yay, I'm excited. Diamond said, me too. Monica said, feeling like I'm putting a lot of work and not getting anything in return, just feeling super tired from trying to improve my life. Well, cancel, delete, trying. And this right here, this is why, you know, these things right here, and literally stop overthinking, stop over obsessing, like, you know, stop looking at it in regards to, I need this to achieve or be or have this, but really start putting your focus and your energy on your energetic self. That's right now. Right now, it's your energetic self that Spirit is saying it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to release those things energetically, because that's the only thing that's stopping you. Like, literally, that's it. It's your energy. Once that's clear, you're going to have options. They're going left and right. You know, making it rain. You're going to be making it rain jobs. So, Mama Rachel said, I left a message at 11:53 equals 10. Found a dime, 10, and you pulled a card with a 10. Come through, Spirit. So let's see. Cheryl said, yes, Nahkila, live streams are good. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Alapa said, I'm getting a past head injury from someone here. Who is that? Michaela said, damn, that's deep. Monica said, yes, here. Mama Rachel said, 100% on point. I'm grateful. Thank you. Super Cheryl said, it's raining. Listen, you see how I said Super Cheryl? Spirit is letting you know, Cheryl, you super. That wasn't a mistake. I usually just call you Cheryl. It's raining here and the ducks are digging in the ground for worms. Oh, I just felt like the energy of that the rain and the ducks doing that. And it felt really warm. It felt like a hug. Alata said, she don't want to work for anyone, start your own business. Right. That's that passion card that's coming through. And she, you know, I remember when I told you guys that there's another member of the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team that works on branding, but she chose to wait until we're done with my project before we present her to the world. She's fabulously amazing at what she does. And with the transition, mine and hers, my project got slowed up, but we come November, we're back at it. So keep a lookout. Keep a lookout. But that is what that passion card was speaking to. Look at a lot to go, a lot to go. Okay, so Monica said, thank you. That was spot on. You're so welcome. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Alata said, yes, you are your own boss. Hey, Shanna. Shanna said, hello, Nahkila. Hello, everyone. Cheryl said, haha, I appreciate it, Nahkila. Well, you are super. So now we're going to get into Tia Lynn's. Okay, we have 11 people watching right now on YouTube and 10 likes. Can we get one more like so we can get it at 1111? So we can just have that synchronistic number come through 1111. So if you're on and you haven't liked it already, please go ahead and do so. Let's see, where does this one go? Oh man. Okay, so this is for Tia Lynn. And I'm being led to burn some Palo Santos for her. I just heard sweet, sweet Tia Lynn. And I heard the nectar of her soul. It's time for her to connect with the nectar of her soul. The nectar of her soul. Huh. Allow your soul to be set free. Thank you so much, Shanna. Allow your soul to be set free. Yes, I will. I sure will. I will be here. Listen, only thing I'm doing today is putting away the last bit of things that I unpacked, cooking, going to the store, getting tonight's dinner and cooking. So yes, I am here. As many of you would like a mini reading, I am here. Use the Cashapp if you have Cashapp. Let me put it here for you. If you how did I spell Ashworth? W-O-R-T-H. If you don't have Cashapp, then you can use PayPal. Okay, so let's reconnect with Tia Lynn. Oh, I'm grateful. My mom said, hearing your voice is pushing me to work harder at the gym. Almost done. Remind you those days I was crying and you had to jump up out the bed and run, huh? Oh, good, Tia Lynn. Perfect. Look at Spirit with divine timing. Look at that. So you were actually before Monica, but Spirit said to go ahead and do Monica's because Tia Lynn wasn't on. She was going to catch the replays, what I thought you were going to do. And look, here you are able to get yours live. So I don't know if you were on, but I was led to light some Palo Santos for you. And Spirit was saying, sweet, sweet Tia Lynn. And then Spirit was saying, connecting to the nectar of your soul. I'm being told you're going to experience a lot of challenging and trying times. I'm hearing in the upcoming near future, the upcoming year. But this is not to scare you. I'm starting to feel something in my solar plexus with you now on the left. This is not to scare you. This is to forewarn you so that you can get your mind right, right? And what Spirit is saying with getting your mind right, your mind becomes right when your soul becomes right, when your spirit becomes right. Right meaning strong, right? So continuing on the path that you're on, continuing with your healing, speaking your truth, telling your story, allowing your voice to not only be heard, but to be felt, tapping into that sweet nectar of your soul, meaning you can be sweet, you can be passive, and you can still be solid and strong, right? Strong isn't the loudest. Strong isn't the pushiest. Strong isn't the meanest. Strong is the one that's most deeply connected to their soul. Connect to the nectar of your soul. What is your soul guiding you to do? What is your soul screaming at you to do? Even when that discomfort and that worry and that fear creeps in, and let me tell you, I'm feeling an energy all on my back. Like there's a spirit sitting on my back is what it feels like, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. It feels warm. It feels comforting, right? Spirit's got your back, right? No matter what the weather feels like or looks like, Spirit is your shelter. Spirit is your umbrella. Spirit is your bank. Spirit is your love. Spirit is your joy, your peace, your contentment, your self-love. All those things Spirit is, right? Tap into that space and be that for yourself by connecting to Spirit. No one can stop you from being brilliant. No one can stop you from being bright. No one can stop you from shining. Your next step, Tia Lynn, is to tell your story, to share your truth, unwavering, taking an unwavering stance on who you are and why you're here, not letting your pain be in vain, not letting all you experience be just another sad story, right? Because you're so much bigger than that. You're so much bigger than that. Everyone has a sad story, but not everyone has the bravery to tell it, to share it, to heal it, and I'm hearing to cure it, right? Through your story, you are the cure for so many. So it's time for you to share it. Speak, stand up and speak. And it's time for you to write. It's time for you to stop worrying about your daughter. She is fine. She has you as her mother. And through your strength, you not only empower you, but you empower her. And you don't just empower her and you empower the world. How many people are going through what you went through? How many little girls can relate to your pain? How many little girls can say, that's my story? You mean I don't have to be ashamed? You mean I don't have to be afraid? You mean I don't have to run and hide? I have a voice and there's value in my voice. This is bigger than you, Tia Lynn. It's time for you to speak. It's time for you to write. It's time for you to share. And you know what? I'm seeing Mighty Mouse. I don't know. I'm older than you. If you don't know who Mighty Mouse is, Google Mighty Mouse or YouTube Mighty Mouse and watch an episode. Mighty Mouse was this little old Mighty Mouse, right? Exactly what he says he is. He was a little old mouse. He was a little tiny mouse, right? And when I'm seeing Mighty Mouse and we're thinking little tiny, what's coming through is more when people meet you, right? They feel your softness, and that's that divine feminine. But now Spirit is telling you to tap into your divine masculine, right? And that mighty is you can be soft and feminine and gentle, but you can also be ferocious and mighty, the queen wearing a crown in her jungle, right? Spirit even said the king. Whether you are female or male, you can be a king of your jungle. Is there anything else for Tia Lynn? I just heard tell her to stop procrastinating. She'll know. Heal her heart. Tia Lynn, I'd like to encourage you to schedule a session with Jillian when you have an opportunity, when you have the funds. And if you don't have it now, or even if you do have it now, connect with Spirit and let Spirit guide you on when that is. But I'm being told to tell you to schedule a session with her. There is some things energetically that she'll be able to help you, I'm hearing, make dissipate. And I'm seeing it like steam. Like I'm seeing it first as a rock, and then I'm seeing it just turn into steam. From which deck? Okay. Is that deck even over here? Spirit is saying pull a card for you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do then. Spirit said if the deck's not here, Nahkila, adjust. So what we're going to do, just take us to the message for Tia Lynn. It's like, guys, thank you so much. Tia Lynn said writing, procrastinating. Tia Lynn said, I know Mighty Mouse. Okay. And you are so right. I have come to the conclusion that this is truly bigger than me. It is. It is. Right there where my hand is, on the left or right? On the left or right? Okay, I just was told left and right. Okay, so first one you got is Isis. It says magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Isis is a strong, smart, and focused Egyptian winged goddess. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light and in between the underworld, heaven and earth. For that reason, whenever she comes to us, she will help us move from the hell of our own fear, look at spirit, into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover. Why can't I say the same? Osiris from the dead. And the powerful story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life or a dream that we may have killed off with fear or lack of self-belief. With her magical abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams into reality. And I'm being told to ask you, what dreams do you have for those that experience what you experienced? And you don't have to share it here. You can, but you don't have to. But Spirit is saying reflect on that. Mama Rachel said, my Egypt sign is Isis. Awesome. I'd like to know what my Egypt sign is. Can you share how we figure that out? The extended message is, you are moving into a space where your dream reality is becoming your outward reality. This is an extremely powerful time, and it's vital to keep focused on the higher good of all. You no longer choose to relive your own history and or feel unsupported. Acknowledging where you once were and how you have changed that situation around is a powerful focus of gratitude that will align you with universal abundance. Discipline and commitment are important now. There's that, stop procrastinating. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions. I'm being told to tell you when you dance. And bring life-enhancing ideas into reality. Magic is manifesting all around you. This is exciting. Okay, and then the second card you got is Mahavatar Babaji, Soul Expansion. It says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. So your message is, you may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but the time of inner rest has really paid off. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living things. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond physical ability into a sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice, meditation, and devotion to the divine. The yogic father is here to inspire that fire of union within you so that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of energy that form your life. Okay, so this is beautiful because those of us in REM know that you have been doing exactly what that card just said. And what I'm being told to tell you is your thoughts about speaking your truth is shaping your reality. So I just heard you're courageous and you know it, clap your hands. Not if, but you're courageous and you know it, clap your hands. So Spirit is saying you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. But now start focusing on, as a result of this sacrifice that you're making, right? It's a sacrifice to share who you are, to be naked in front of the world, to let your longs hang with no bra, right? It's a sacrifice. So anyway, Spirit is saying, decide what you're choosing to be the outcome of this sacrifice you're choosing to make, right? By sharing who you are on a naked level soulfully. Right? What are you doing it for? What's the purpose? Because we can say, I'm choosing to live my purpose, answer the calling. But when we understand why, it makes it so much sweeter, so much easier, and so much better. As I was hearing Sweeter, Spirit was saying, connect to this sweetness, the nectar of your soul. So, see how that understanding came to you? Me too, because I didn't fully understand it at first. Okay, so now what? My solar plexus, I'm rubbing it again, focusing on your solar plexus in your heart. Okay, Spirit is saying, just really stressing your why, connect to your inner child and determine that you are choosing to give the world all of those things that your inner child didn't have when she was in her darkest hour, right? But first, you got to give it to you. And that's what you've been doing, right? That's why you're here. And Spirit is saying you're now ready. You're ready because that's what you've been doing. You've been healing yourself. You've been serving yourself. You've been peeling back the layers. You've been rolling up the sleeves, doing the work, no matter how dirty it feels. So now you're ready. Yeah, that's your message. Let me know how it resonates. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay, Geb is mine. Ooh, awesome. I'm going to look that up. Thank you. Tia Lynn said, my dream for other people that experience the pain is to know that they too can be fearless, embody love, and experience all the pleasures of life. And so it is. Tia Lynn said, I actually started speaking my truth to people and I gave a deposition to the police. Yes. And they said my story was courageous and painted the picture of my experience. I'm so proud of you, Tia Lynn. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you. So happy for you. And so happy for all those that you are now stepping into service to serve. Cheryl said, it's mind-boggling to think that the imagination can really influence reality, right? But what is reality really? And where does it come from? And, when we even think in terms of the Bible, when Spirit said, let there be light, right? And the Bible tells us that it was light. There were times back in the day where there wasn't that process of, a waiting period. It was instant. And the more we heal and the more we peel back the layers, the more instant our manifestation is, the more powerful we are to manifest abracadabra instantly as we speak. So when we think in terms of these stories in the Bible, when we really break them down and we gain an understanding, oftentimes it's guiding us through self. It's helping us navigate self. It's really not what we've been taught. It's us navigating through self. And speaking of what we've been taught so many things that disempower us to where now this delayed reaction, this delayed response to our manifestation power stems from our beliefs, our vibration, So even how we speak, we went to school all our lives to learn how to speak lack. Why is that? Wasn't coincidental. Nothing is coincidental. Nothing. Whether it's serving the light or whether it's serving the energies that disempower us, none of it is coincidental. It is all a plan, right? Even our lives are planned. We connected with our highest light spirit council before we got here and we planned this path. We chose to have people enter our lives at certain times and play the villain or the hero or anything and everything in between so that we could get to the point of healing and serving, right? So let's see. If anyone else paid for a mini reading, let me know. If not, and you would like one, I'm going to leave the let me make sure it's well. Okay. There's the Cash App link. Please use Cash App if you have it. If you do not, then you can use PayPal. So there's both. Tia Lynn said, thank you so much. Serve my whole being to hear and know how proud and how much work I have done. You have. And even in your time when you stepped away, notice when you left us that message in REM and you let us know what was going on, that you would be back to really let us know what's going on. Notice I didn't even inbox you, right? Usually, periodically, when you're not present, I check up on you. But energetically, I feel the growth, right? And you went from infant, you skipped adolescent and you're like young adult, right? You got this. And so now you're at a place where when you're calling on that extra assistance, you're going to call on it, right? And we don't have to hold you anymore. Now we're just holding space, right? And so it's beautiful. And it was quick. It didn't even take long. It may not have felt quick when you were going through the process, but it's been quick. Being an observer, it's been quick. And Mama Rachel said, Tia Lynn, you are beautiful and keep speaking your truth. Yes, and so it is. Okay, so Tia Lynn, you say you paid for a reading for Diamond. So Diamond, do you have a question, a specific question, or would you like a general? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Diamond, I'm just being told to tell you, you got to release your past because it's weighing you down. It's weighing you down. It's weighing you down. And listen, you're doing the work too, right? But what spirit is saying is get out of that frame of mind, that habit thought pattern that says that healing is a process, right? That pattern that says healing is a process, that says I can't just turn it off and on like a light switch. There was a time when there wasn't even a light switch, right? And just as light switch was created and lights can now go on and off instantly, you have the power to also instantly be done. Be done. That past that you're carrying is like a weight to your soul, is what I just was told to tell you. So I'm just waiting, Diamond. I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you a general message, and you haven't even told me what your question was or if it was general. But is Diamond still on? Is Diamond still on? I'll be getting my cup today. Tia Lynn, do you know if Diamond's still on? And did she prefer a general? Or does she have a question? Tia Lynn said, thank you, Mama Rachel. I feel your energy often, actually. Alatha said, Tia Lynn, I am so proud of you. I'm happy for you. You are a giant. Alatha said, ha, 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 ha. No, I'm just kidding. She's laughing. Tia Lynn said, not sure. I just texted her. Okay. Mama Rachel said, Tia Lynn, I'm here for you and anyone else always. And you know what? I always call Rachel my beautiful Aunt Rachel, but it feels natural calling her Mama Rachel. And, you saying that even what I was feeling is the reason why it feels natural is because you're that nurturer. It came through that nurturer, that teacher, that mother, and there are so many. Just think about those of you that are in REM, think about our soul family alone. How many of the members of our soul family have mommy issues because mommy hasn't healed, right? I used to have mommy issues, but mommy is healed and so have I. So those issues are no more. But think about that. So as you are on this spiritual path, serving, right? Sometimes there's been times in spiritual happy hour where I've taken a woman in my arms and rocked her and coddled her like a baby, where she was laying in my breast and I've just held her and rubbed her hair and kissed her forehead, right? Because that's what my soul guided me to do. But her soul was saying, I just could use some mothering right now, right? So that mothering energy doesn't always have to come from our birth mother, our physical mother. On our journey, our soul calls in exactly what our soul says, this is what's required for me to complete my mission. We've just got to be open. We just got to release the concept of what and who a mother is, a friend, a sister, a brother, a lover, right? So let's see. Okay, general. Tia said, yes, Nahkila, you are so right. Alatha said, Mama Rachel, I love you. Thank you. Yay. I'm glad. My mom said her workout was great. Diamond said, I'm going to cancel that one. Okay, you like a general. Okay. So were you here? Were you getting the message that was coming through at first? Because Spirit was saying you got to let go of your past. It's like a weight on your soul. Which deck? This one? Okay. This is for a diamond. Diamond G. And this one too? Okay. And the reason why the bottom too? All right. Okay. The reason why I started calling you Diamond G, because we talk about being that spiritual gangster, and I just feel like it's your, your energy, that G, you're a G. Okay. So a leg up. You also got the number 7. And as we're talking about mothering and nurturing, Spirit is saying, Diamond, that's something you could use. And as I'm saying this, I'm just going to say this because oftentimes when I think in terms of serving face to face and in person, right? I think of the retreat. That's the time for that. So as Spirit was saying, that's something you could use. I was feeling like, let me just nurture you, but where that in person energy, right? And now I understand. Part of what our team meeting was about is that Spirit placed on my heart. It may have been almost a year ago to do the United Light Beings Awakening tour, right? And so the tickets for that will be 111 is what Spirit said, because not everyone can attend the retreat. And just now, through your message, Spirit gave me another layer as to why I'm called to do this. It's because if the retreat is the only place that I can in person physically love on you, not everybody can come to the retreat. But with a year notice, everybody can plan a trip where the fee is 111 and get a ticket, right? They be having those $59 tickets, airline tickets. So Spirit just made that clear for me. So plan to come to that. It's February 2021 is when the first United Light Beings Awakening tour is, and it's going to be here in Tennessee, Diamond. So yeah. And I was just about to say, by then she probably won't even be in that space. Spirit's like, no, you're going to still love on her and Mama Rachel too, and Alotha and Diamond and the whole crew. So, okay. So what Spirit is saying is, back to the leg up, what Spirit is saying is, don't be afraid, right? To ask for help in the form of loving support when your soul is craving it. And when afraid came through, what Spirit was saying is, you're not going to identify it as fear, because I was feeling all these feelings of what to you it is, like all these reasons why you may not reach out and ask for that loving support, right? However, what Spirit said is, no, we said what we said. Afraid. Don't be afraid, because that's all it is. All those things in your mind, it stems from a place of fear, right? A place of being disappointed, a place of being let down, a place of, in your own way, asking for these things from people that were supposed to give it to you as a child and they didn't. So now you've developed this skin where you just thinking, well, if I ask, it's going to go unnoticed. And instead of me being hurt, I'm just not going to ask, right? Because what Spirit is saying is that on this journey, sometimes a stepping stool is necessary. And when there's no stool, or sometimes the stool is too small, your sisters and your brothers will do like this polar bear. We will get on all fours and say, okay, let me know when you're getting up there so I can brace myself, step on my back, right? And then once you get up there, you're doing the same. Okay, step on my back. And now here comes the next. And now we have this chain of light workers. And now we done scaled the wall together. And then you go over, and then the next person go over, and then next. So now look what you're doing. You're returning that favor, right? So as I may have held my back for you and you got on and then you held your back, now that person whose back you made your back available to, now they're helping you, right? And there's that cycle. So Spirit is saying, in order for you to play your intricate role in this cycle, it's time to get comfortable with asking for help. And by you asking for that help, what Spirit is saying is, sometimes your soul is begging for it and you aren't even aware. So you're being called to connect with yourself deeper on a soul level, energetically, right? So it's not just about the surface healing or procedures or processes. It's about sitting down, and my hand is on my solar plexus right now with you too. It's about sitting there and being still, like completely still, just shutting everything off within you vibrationally, right? Taking those slow, deep breaths and asking, how do I feel? Pay attention to what your toes feel like, your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your butt, your lower back, your stomach, right? Your chest, your neck, your arms, your hands, your fingers, your wrists. Like, go through it all. What does it feel like? Right? And then when you get that feeling internally, go to your mind. What does that feel like? Right? The more you're in touch with yourself energetically, the more able to know what your soul is craving. With that knowing, you know what to heal, you know what to release, you know what to create. So Spirit is telling you, Diamond, to be more in tune. And by that attunement, or attunement, you'll find peace, right? You'll find peace. Because when you're in tune with yourself energetically, you can feel where there's a block. I can feel when my chakras are blocked. Like I can feel it, which one, where, and then I can heal it. Then I can go to work on myself and heal it. Or I can call up Jillian or Quita and get some energy healing, right? You know what I mean? So Spirit is saying to be more in tune with self in order for you to create more peace. And also surrender to peace, right? Surrender to peace. And peace may not always come from that second, third, or fourth party involved. It comes from you. And when they aren't willing to wave their white flag, Spirit is saying, you know what, Diamond, you wave yours. And you just release them in love and light. You also got message in a bottle. Okay, and listen. Okay, so what Spirit is saying, the reason you have 7, look at the end result. What are you choosing? What is your end game? What are you choosing? Start there, right? Start there. And then start at the top. So notice we got 5 and then we got 6. So what Spirit is saying, typically what we'll do is we'll start from point A and we'll kind of just work our way through and we'll get to whatever destination is there at the end when we're done. But what Spirit is saying is start with your chosen destination for yourself and for your service, right? Start there. And really what Spirit is saying, focus on self first and foremost. Service will come automatically. Focus on self. And now your steps are directly being guided by the divine that are going to get you where you're choosing to be. And with the message in the bottle, what Spirit is saying is that your gifts are getting stronger. And they're going to keep getting stronger as you continue to heal. And part of your gift is the gift of discernment. So when you're receiving a message about someone or something, don't ignore it. Don't doubt it. You don't have to have proof or reasoning. You're feeling that guidance, that message in the bottle being your body. You may feel things in your body. When something's not right, you may have a feeling in your body, right? Right now, your gifts are coming through the strongest in your body. So by you being in tune with yourself energetically, it allows you to be more in tune with the divine. And the more in tune you are with the divine, the more at peace you are and the more capable you are of fulfilling this path that you chose for yourself, okay? So let's see what you're saying. Let me know how that resonates because that is your message that I have for you. Is there anything else for Diamond? I just heard tell Diamond she's got the whole world in her hands. You got the whole world in your hands. Okay. Diamond said, I hear a voice in my head and I get scared and start to doubt. So, okay, Spirit said to ask you, imagine if I got scared with the voices I hear in my head. Remember what we talked about last night during the session when we were talking to Alatha? There's a reason. There's a reason. So, first of all, ask yourself, where does the fear come from? Why am I afraid? I told you for me back in the day, I used to think I was going to end up going crazy. I'm a little touched, but I'm touched by an angel or angels. It's okay. I'm touched, but I'm touched by angels. So it's all good, right? So first of all, figure out where that fear stems from. And then after you do that, start to ask Spirit to show you the purpose in it. And logically, consciously, but I mean unconsciously. So let's see. Diamond said, okay. Diamond said, I got a little taste of that peace recently. Yes. And Spirit is saying that's where you belong. And that peace. No one is powerful, so powerful that they can take you out of your peace. If you're out of your peace, it's because you removed yourself from peace. And there may be people that are in your midst as you're removing yourself from the peace, but no one is powerful enough to take you from your peace. No one. So, a lot to say. You love my name, don't you? Yeah, I feel though. Get out your own head. I do though, because every time I speak your name, I'm calling on God. So listen, Alatha. Yes, I do. And I love you. So let's see. Tia Lynn said, wait, let me see. Mama Rachel said, sound like you talking to me. Diamond said, y'all are amazing. Tia Lynn said, she a whole G. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Alata said, Mama Rachel, oh, thank you. Tia Lynn said she helped me last night. She gave me the message. She gave the message to me that shook something within me. Tia Lynn said, your gifts are amazing. See, Diamond, look what you did. So here's the thing. Also, by you tuning into self, you're able to pick up on energy. So like first you master your energy and then you're able to be a master of all the energy around you. And when you're familiar with what a peaceful energy feels like, which is your own, as you're working into your peace, right? Building upon your peace, then you're going to be able to know when something is not coming in peace, something as in energies, whether it's people, whether it's entities, whatever the case may be. So the more you focus on learning your energy, then you can release that fear because you know what a peaceful energy feels like. You know what love and light feels like, and amp up your protection daily. The message that Javi received is your message today. So it's time to amp that up. Amp that up. Alatha said, yes. Alatha said, Tia Lynn, who? Diamond G? And Tia Lynn said, yes, Diamond G. Diamond G said, oh, my phone died. You're back though. Unless it died and then unless you said it died and then it died. So that is the message that I have for you. Is anyone else on that is interested in a $20 mini read? Oh my goodness, there's people over here on Facebook. So you guys, literally, thank you so much for joining us on Facebook. So what happens is I am live in the chat over on YouTube. Today, Spirit led me to go live. I used to go live in both places, and then I started just going live on YouTube. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please do so. Alatha, can you share the link over in the live on Facebook so that they have it, so that they can subscribe? Because I will be reading all of your comments after the live is over. However, during the live, I only see the ones on YouTube. So, okay. So yeah, so thank you though so much for joining. It's such a pleasure to have you guys here with us today. So, woo. Oh, I love you guys too. And oh, you talking to Mama Rachel. I love Mama Rachel, of course, and I love y'all too. So, is there anyone else on that would like mini reading? Let me know. Let me know. So while I wait to know if there's anyone else on that would like a mini reading, what Spirit is saying is to pull one more card. And you know what's so funny? So as I'm saying this, Spirit is telling me the reason why that happened like that is because Spirit is showing how things like cards are just a tool. Because some people may be watching that may feel like, ooh, cards, it's of the devil. Or, ooh, cards, it's intimidating, it's scary, it's this, it's that, right? This deck right here, when I was looking at it, I did not associate it with being the Keepers of Light deck. For some reason, I was looking at it, and in my mind, it was my Sacred Traveler deck. Now, the Keepers of Light book was here, but I'm like, where's the deck? My mind's a little bit in the gutter. See, we talk about being well-rounded, you guys, and yeah, anyways. The deck, where's the deck? The deck was there all along. However, Spirit was saying, by us using the book to get the message, is just showing that these are just tools, right? And tools carry energy, but they carry your energy. So whenever you get a new tool, whatever that tool is to assist you in serving, you cleanse it, you clear the energy, you connect it to your energy and to the energy of divine source of love, highest light and love, right? And now it's a tool. It's a tool that you're able to use to serve. So you don't have to have cards to deliver a message. We use the book. We just set the intention, called on our spirit guides, and we asked and they delivered. The spirit just said, do it again. So this is for us as a collective. Let's see. There's more messages that I'm not seeing. Oh no. This is for us as a collective. This is for us as a collective. So highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters, all of highest light and love, guide me to the page that is for us as a collective so that I may deliver a final message that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth, and that will serve the highest good of myself and those I'm called to serve. I thank you. And so it is. Right there? Okay. We got Diana. Focused intention. I cannot make this up, you guys. Focused intention. What were we just talking about? We set the intention and anything becomes a tool. Okay. And as I say that, Spirit said, including our bodies. Our bodies are tools. It says, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. So the message for this card is move forwards with unwavering faith. Isn't that our whole message, you guys? Unwavering faith. It says, move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fears is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. We just have the new moon, so get ready for that full moon. You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages that you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. So the card, it tells you about Diana, but I went straight to the message, so that was the message. So yes, we've got our final message. So, oh, you guys, look. Do you see this? Okay, somebody comment on what just happened. Do you see that? Do you see that? Spirit is showing up and showing out. Spirit was like, in case you doubt, in case you don't believe, let me show you. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? I can't make it up. I'm just going to hold this right here. Do you see it? In case you don't believe. Right? This was the card that I just read from the book, Cheryl. It's the same card. It says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect best possible outcome. Diana, but you see, we were talking about the tools and I went through and asked Spirit to guide us on the message that was for us as a collective. And so for me, the cards were in the deck and the book was on top, but I'm not OCD, I promise. But I like my book at the bottom and my cards on top. It just makes for easy access because I only use the book when Spirit tells me to. So what I did was I took the cards out so I could put the book on the bottom and then put the cards back. And the very message that we were led to in the book was the card that was on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. Spirit was saying, in case you doubted, in case you didn't believe, I'm a believer. And it's so funny because I heard that song playing in my head a lot earlier in Empower Hour. I'm a believer. So, yeah, I can't make that up, you guys. I can't. Shannon said, okay. Cheryl said, that is not a coincidence. Not at all. There is no such thing. There is never a coincidence. Ever, 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 ever. Nothing is a coincidence, ever. But here's the thing. What Spirit is showing us and what that message talked about was setting our intentions. When you are intentional with who you are, what you're doing, what you're creating, who you're being, that's how it happens, right? I'm setting the intentions for you to understand. First of all, for you to heal and release, and for you to understand who you are, what you are, and your power. And not just understand it, but to embrace it, to be it, to live it, to feel it, to see it, to share it, right? But in order for you to do all of this, you must believe. And so Spirit is like, look, in case you didn't believe, let me show you. You are in the midst of truth right now. You are in the midst of reality right now, right? So we set that intention, and Spirit's like, here you go. And the message was about intention. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. So let's see what you guys are saying. Diamond, did you just see what just happened? Were you here for that? So Tia Lynn said confirmation, laugh out loud. Yes. And Mama Rachel said, show up, Spirit. Diamond said, yay, the party continues. Tia Lynn said, plus, she is dope with the bow and arrows. Diana don't play, okay? For real. That intention, when you set your mark, when your mark is in your sight, you have that bow and arrow like Diana, and you hit your mark every time, as long as you have that unwavering faith, right? As long as you have that trust, as long as you surrender and you take that immediate action, not that procrastinated action, that action where that unhealed part of you start convincing you not to take action, but that immediate action, because that's when your soul is showing up. When you hear and feel and see something that resonates with you on a soul level, your soul says yes, right? When your soul says yes, move. When you start procrastinating, that inner child, that 7-year-old, that 0 to 7-year-old starts speaking, and then you know, and you stay where you are, right? So yeah, I'm fired up, you guys. I'm fired up. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Lady Love, my mom said, add a red light. I would like a general reading. I'll pay when I get home. Okay, Mama. And she really will pay, but okay, Mama. Okay, how about you donate that money to someone else? Like someone else who would like a reading. Let's see. Did you say a general, Mom? Okay, yeah, general. Cheryl said that is not a coincidence. Shanna said, okay. Casey said, waving those hands, throwing up. Shanna said, I see it. Shanna said, yep, she just read it. Cheryl said, amazing. Shanna said, wow. Tia Lynn said, Ashe. Yes. Tia Lynn said, amazing. Casey said, nothing is coincidence. Never. Alata said, Nahkila gets so excited. I love it. I do. I'm telling you, this is my purpose. Like, this is why I'm here. Until I started serving you guys, I was just here. Now I'm in my purpose and it feels good. I get excited. I get excited to share. I get excited to serve. I get excited to watch your growth. And I get excited to watch you repeat the cycle I just named that I love doing. So yes, I do be kind of excited. I be on 10 sometimes, times 100. So let's see. Eliza said, Casey Miles, not at all. Cheryl said, your spirit knows their stuff. Your spirits know their stuff. Yes, they be showing up and showing out. I'm so grateful. Eliza said, okay, Mama. Diamond said, wow, I got to catch the replay to see what I missed. Yes, yes, yes. Please do. Okay, so this is for Wanda Faye. I'm smiling because there was a time when she would not have liked me saying Wanda Faye. Not because she's my mom, but because Wanda Faye. I'm being led to do Palo Santos for you. Sacral and solar plexus healing. And we already talked about you scheduling an appointment with Jillian this morning, literally. But there's some blockages in your sacral. And what's happening is those blockages are, I'm hearing diminishing, dimming, and dampening your power. So when you clear that energy from your sacral, then your solar plexus will automatically clear. Also, your heart is heavy and it's time to let it go. You have so much to offer the world, so start giving all that you believe you missed, right? All that you feel or felt you were to pour into your children. Pour that into those you're called to serve. You're an excellent mom, Wanda. You just got to stop holding on to guilt. You gave Nahkila and Kevin their purpose through your mistakes, and it comes through as mistakes because there are none. Air quotes. No real mistake. You did the best you could. And now the only way you can serve them is to stop feeling guilt. Because what that guilt is doing is disconnecting you from your power. And them, when I heard them, I thought it was your children, right? And of course, namely your son, right? Your daughter has gotten to a point of turning her pain into passion, into profit, into purpose. She's good. But your son is still struggling with finding his way. Now that they're reconnected, he will find his way. He still has so much love and admiration for his sister, and she will not steer him wrong. She is always his protector, always his guide, and he always listens to her, even when it seems like he's not. So you just rest assured and know that your babies are fine. But now you're being called to pour into you and to pour into those that you're called to serve. So let it go. Get off the pity potty, right? You're sitting on it for someone else. And it's no need. It's no need. No need at all, right? There is nothing that is needed, so there is nothing that is lacking. So where you feel like you may have lacked as a mother, know that you serve to the greatest capacity. So allow yourself to live in that knowing. Allow yourself to be set free. Stop being in habit of guilt. Because that's all it is at this point. It's a habit. You are no longer called to feel that guilt. It is not serving a purpose. You are no longer called to feel that pain. It's destroying you from the inside out. You wonder why your health is failing. Well, let me tell you, this is why. Let it go, Wanda Faye. Let it go. Let it go, Wanda Faye. Tap into that inner divinity. Allow your soul to be your guide. Your children are here and they both have a purpose. They both have a purpose, and they could not step into their purpose without you. If you had done anything different, then their lives would be different. If you had done anything what you perceive as better, their lives will be better. Off. That didn't make sense. What does that mean? Off. Focus on the off. Their lives will be better off. Okay. The spirit is saying, meaning they will be turned off, right? Turned off. Right now we are on. We are on. We are on. Turned off, right? Turned off. That light, like that light switch will be off. Better off, right? Off. It's not better. It's not better at all. Your son is going to take his pain and eventually he's going to serve. That book will come forth. He'll stop fighting it. He'll heal from it. He'll get over it. And he'll stop those that are going down the same path. Just as she possesses that charismatic energy, so does he. They are one and the same. Yin and yang, those two fish swimming in different directions. Well, eventually they'll be swimming in the same direction, hand in hand, soul to soul, spirit to spirit, in tandem with one another, serving in their purpose, doing what they came here to do. So release that fear, release that guilt, release that doubt. Pour into you now. Pour into your grandchildren now. Stop attempting to control everything. Just allow spirit to do what spirit does. This is not about you. So why are you keeping yourself waddling in that space of pain? Don't you see that it is killing you from the inside out? The reason why is because you are so much more. You're built for more. You're here for more. But you keep blocking it. You keep feeling that fear. You keep feeling that pain. And you just choosing to keep on acting small. Where do you think she gets it from? She is a seed that formed from you. She carries your DNA energetically and physically and spiritually. Reconnect, Wanda. Reconnect. Stop half-assing it and reconnect. This is your mama speaking, so listen, reconnect now. Stop allowing yourself to play this game with yourself. It's time for you to show up and show out. It's time for you to stop falling short. You're setting traps for yourself and you know they're there, but yet you still stumble over them every time. How are you choosing to change? It starts with you. You got to change you first. Heal your heart. Reconnect to your power. You got this. You can do it. You're supported. You're intelligent. You're wise. You're fearless. You're all those things that you grew up thinking you were not. You were existing in the world of Freaky Friday where everything was opposite of what it really was. And now it's time for you to see reality for what it truly is. Okay, I heard, okay, that is all. So that is your message, Mom. Yeah, buddy, who are you donating your reading to? Your money that you paying. Okay, let's see what you all are saying. A lot that said, look at her smiling. Casey said, it feels good when spirit confirms things for you. And so it is. A lot that said, my emotions are strong right now. I have not seen this spirit come through for a long ass time. A lot that said, Michaela said, so powerful, Nahkila. You know, a lot there's different layers to it, right? And when I'm so deeply connected to a person, it's so much easier for me to totally remove myself. And I'm at the point where I'm removed, but I'm also present, right? And because I know my mom, I felt like, let me just step back and let me not repeat what I hear. Let me just let it come through, you know? So, but oftentimes I choose to channel the other way just because it's, I don't know. I don't really know why. Oh, I know why. Spirit just said, you know why. It's because when I channel the other way, I'm able to interact with you guys more. It's like having a conversation, right? You can be talking to someone and you can hear what they're saying, and then you'll be telling, and then you could still be talking to somebody else, you know? That's what it is. It allows me to be more interactive with you guys and connect with you more. Cheryl said, what does it feel like when spirit is talking to you? It feels good. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It feels good. And the situation that just occurred, I'm present, but I'm also, I don't know if tuned out is, I'm present, but I'm tuned out of self, if that makes sense. So the other way, you know, when I teach people how to connect to their gifts, the one thing that I say is, we don't attempt to decipher what spirit is saying. If we don't have clarity, we ask for clarity, right? Because otherwise we're interjecting ourselves. So when I get it, I repeat it as I receive it, right? But there's a difference. I'm still there and I'm still present. I'm conversing with spirit. I'm conversing with y'all, right? So that's the difference. I'm never going to hear something and then break it down how I feel or what I think it means. But what just happened, it's more of, self is totally tuned out, but I'm still present. I don't know. Is that making sense? Let me know, because it feels like I'm not making sense. It's more of a feeling. I can't really put it into words. Lady Love said, I will donate to whoever chooses a reading. Cheryl said, that was simply amazing. I'm so grateful to serve. Michaela said, I would love a reading. Okay, so since Michaela was the first person to say she would love a reading, then Mom, your donation is going to go to Michaela. Lady Love, Want Faye, says she's almost home. Okay, so let me just tap in. Was that Paulo Santos for Michaela? Spirit is saying to burn the sage too. Michaela has some heavy stuff on her heart. Some stuff that she hasn't released yet. Some of it, she doesn't even know what it is. She just feels it. That heavy heart just be weighing her down, carrying it around. And Erykah Badu's song Bag Lady is playing in my head. you gonna break your back. I know, don't you say you're gonna hurt your back or something, but Spirit said you're gonna break your back. And your spine, like how your spine controls it all, healing, that past stuff, it's controlling it all. You're such a powerful speaker, Michaela. It's time for you to start allowing your voice to be heard in a different way. Motivational speaking is on the horizon for you. Tapping into that inner child and allowing her to just run free, allowing her to soar. I'm hearing you even have a little boy aspect to your inner child. As a little girl, you didn't always like just the traditional girly things, right? You were into both, whatever you could do, I could do better. It was kind of like that attitude. And the boys were actually afraid of you. Even to this day, men are kind of intimidated by you. And oftentimes it's like this powerful energy that you aren't even aware of, right? It's just there existing, right? You're like, well, why is this and why is that? And Spirit's saying, because they're intimidated. So what you're being called to do is also learning how to balance that divine feminine and that divine masculine, not dimming yourself. And it's almost like Spirit is saying there's not like an aspect of you where you are changing, right? It's more up here, right? It's more, and as I'm saying it, I'm seeing like the two dancing, mingling, like intertwining, right? And you don't have to set the intention to change anything. Just start seeing your divine feminine and your divine masculine dancing together, right? Equally taking the lead. It's almost like, when you look in the mirror and you move, right? When you move, I move, just like that, right? That's how Spirit is saying your divine masculine and feminine must be. One is not leading the other. They're just so in sync that they just automatically know what the other is doing, right? I heard us. I keep hearing, we are one. We are one. And now I hear Karen Carpenter singing, It's Only Just Begun. And I don't even know if she has a song like that. For you doing like twisting of your spine, right? Releasing that energy that's caught up and lodged in your spine is going to be so valuable for you, because a lot of your past energy it's stuck in your spine and it's like in the middle of your back. It's like right in the middle of your back, maybe just a little bit under the middle. You're carrying a lot of energy from past lives as well. So for you, it's about healing that, right? Healing that. Timeline regression would be good for that. Timeline regression therapy is not the same as a timeline, as life regression, where you just go see your life. It's a healing of your past. I'm hearing you're not ready now, but you will be eventually. So just sit with that. I'm hearing you're also being called to serve little girls. And for whatever reason, it's coming through as like dainty little girls. Like I see these little pink skirts, poofy pink skirts. They have on those cute little socks that you used to fold over with the ruffle, and those little patent leather shoes, They almost look like little dolls. It's time for you to serve the part of you that you feel got left behind. You have siblings. They don't acknowledge you. I'm hearing you have parents that never really saw you and never really see you. So as a result, you don't let the world see you. Your power is vast too. You've also got some sacral and solar plexus stuff to heal. But see, what happens is you were ridiculed for shining bright, so now you play small. And it's not even anything that's intentional. It's just habit. Like you give a little, right? But never the full shebang. You say just a little, but never the full shebang. So as a result, people don't really see you fully in your power. They feel your power, and this is where the intimidation comes from, but they don't see your power. And seeing as in, okay, if I feel something that I'm not familiar with, right? If I feel something and I'm not familiar with that because right now I'm disconnected from my power and I feel all this power coming from you, that feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. Now I'm a little bit scared and I don't really like you that much because I don't like how you're making me feel. But with these feelings, if I could hear you, and I could see you, now I understand you. And now I know that that power is not to intimidate me. That power is to empower me. Now I love you, right? I love you. Story of my life, story of the life of a light worker. And those that aren't ready won't love you. They're going to still hate you. But the ones that are ready are going to love you because they see them in you, right? You help them uncover their inner light, and they love you for that. Michaela, it's also time for you to relax. I just heard again, it's time for you to stop giving your power to the past and to heal. It's time for you to stop judging others from what others have done to you. You have a lot of unconscious stuff going on, right? Consciously, you know. Consciously, you have the answers. But then that unconscious part kicks in, you know, and then you're kind of knocked off your feet. So you always kind of feel like you're gathering. And I was picking up the pieces, but it was coming through my like gathering wood. I see you gathering wood like for a bonfire. And that leads me to your past life where you were what people would have labeled as a witch, right? They would have said, oh, she was a witch off with her head, you know? And that's partially why you don't allow your power to fully come through because of the trauma you experienced when you were labeled as a witch, when you were just a light worker working miracles and magic on the masses, not manipulative magic. You were just teaching them how to tap into their power. They came to you for healing. They came to you for learning and growing. And guess what you were doing? You were empowering. And oh no, we can't have that. Let's silence her. Now we're creating an unconscious fear that's going to travel with her through every lifetime until she heals. But now we've also created this fear within those that have witnessed her being executed. They're carrying that in every lifetime and they're passing it on and the cycle continues. We still have a chokehold on their power. Well, it's time for you to take your power back. Breathe. Sometimes you feel like you're suffocating. Just breathe. I'm feeling anxiety all up in here. Just breathe. Let it go. You are safe. Tell yourself you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. You are whole. You are complete. You are protected. You are safe to shine your light. Allow yourself to shine bright. And Spirit is saying pull for you from this step. Okay, I asked, was that when your Spirit said no? Let me see what you're saying. When you tune out, you spiritually step aside. Is that what you're saying? Is that hers? So let me say this. Usually I hear, I repeat. I'm just not hearing and repeating. I'm just a vessel. Now I'm being used. And they're speaking through me. And it's almost like when you think how Whoopi allowed Patrick Swayze to take over, it's more like that. Except I don't know if Whoopi was present. Like I'm present. Like I'm a witness to what's going on as opposed to a messenger. That's the difference right there. Well, normally when I'm delivering, I'm the messenger. So I'm repeating what I give, right? And then there are moments where Spirit says, okay, now elaborate. And then I'm being told to draw from my wealth of knowledge. And then I'm giving it to you like that, right? And then when I do it the other way, it's like the Spirit, I'm channeling in a way where they have now taking over, think Whoopi and Patrick Swayze, except I'm a witness. So I'm witnessing. They're not taking over. Well, I don't know what's happening or what's being said. I'm now witnessing as opposed to delivering. My body's just being used. That's how it is. Pull one more for Michaela. From top, bottom, or what? Split the deck. Okay. Okay. So this first card came in reverse for you, Michaela, and it's Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So what Spirit is saying, I'm hearing reconnect on a deeper level with your mother and your mother within, right? Your mother, your physical mother, and your mother within. It's time for you to have a new type of relationship. And you'll know what that means, a new type of relationship with your mother. And literally, when you allow yourself to shine and you stop playing small or dimming, right? This is when you're going to feel that total peace and that total love, and where it's not going to feel like you're gathering wood. And that gathering of wood was used to just take us back to who you were in a past life, but picking up the pieces. It's not going to feel like, let me gather the pieces because, oh, shoot, I just dropped them. You know, you think of cards and they just all come flying. And now you're like, hurrying up, let me get them before it blows off. Like, that's the energy I was feeling, right? And Spirit is saying it's time for you to have that total peace. Now you got Krishna, devotion. And it says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So just trust. Just trust. Connect to who you were in that past life before you were executed. That confident healer, that you were just focused on the mission. You weren't focused about what people thought. You weren't focused about the possible outcome. Why? Because you had no clue that it could happen to you, right? And Spirit is saying now you're safe. That was that lifetime. You're not being stoned, hung, drowned, killed for shining, right? Okay. So what I'm being told to tell you, if anything, you're being persecuted for not shining, and not by Spirit, not by the divine, but by those that we just described when they feel you, right? So when you stop living in that energy and you live in the energy that Spirit just recommended, then that's when things are going to shift. That anxiety going on all up in here, definitely work on that. Work on that. Yeah. So let's see what you all are saying. Let me know how that resonated. That was your message. Michaela. Diamond, I read that. Allah said, me too. I had to start burning a while ago and just now. Allah said, Lady Love, this is so awesome of you. Oh, Michaela said, I'm already crying. I'm so grateful I was able to serve you. Mom, see, look at how you just blessed somebody else today. Alata said, a drill team. Cheryl said, Karen Carpenter does have a song called It's Only Just Begun. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. Miss Ma, breathing. Miss Ma, welcome. This is your first time on. Thank you so much for being here. So if you feel led, I would say watch this over, because we do Wednesday Live and Power Hour every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then at the end, I do $20 mini readings. So we are beyond the general message, and we're now in the $20 mini reading. So if you or anybody else would like a mini reading, I'm going to put the Cash App here for you. I prefer that you use that, but if you don't have Cash App, you can feel free to use PayPal. And I am sharing that link with you right there. So if you're interested in reading, let me know so I know to wait on for you. And then when you pay the $20, just come back and put your question in the comments. Or if you like a general reading, a general message, let me know that too. So let's see. Michaela said it was exactly what I needed. Thank you so much, Lady Love. Thank you so much, Miss Nahkila. You are so welcome, Michaela. And let me just ask that you cancel, delete that needed, because you don't need anything. Every time you say I need, Spirit is responding by giving you more situations where you feel like you need. It serves your highest good. It serves your highest good. So, oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Is Miss Ma, Michonne? Is that who you are? What's your name? Thank you, Alata, for reminding her. So yeah. Melanie. Okay, Melanie, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So let me know if anyone else is interested in a mini reading. I'm going to just burn some more sage. I'm really connecting energetically to you all, and there is so much heart chakra going on, and it's like going all the way through to my back, like all the way through to my back. So at night, this is good practice for all of us. Just, channel that divine energy of love and light, and just place your hand on your heart. Set the intention that your spirit guides of highest light and love, Archangel Raphael, your healing guide, and all your other healing guides, because there's more than just Archangel Raphael. And just set the intention to channel that energy and allow your heart to be healed. Allow your heart to be healed. Your past it's affecting your present, and your present is a direct dictator of your future. Choose happy. Choose happy. Choose happy. Yeah, that's what Spirit is saying. Choose happy. Melanie said, this has been an awesome part of my day. I am so grateful. So grateful. I'm glad. Thank you for tuning in. Casey said, I have a lot of pain in my back. And see, oftentimes when I'm connecting to the energy of others, that's an indication that it's stuff from your past. It's stuff from your past. Every physical ailment that we have can be connected to something energetic. When I graduated from school, not high school, but school to, when I told you guys a story about Spirit told me what my purpose was, and I went to school to get certified as a life coach. My mom and my bonus dad bought me a book because my instructors had the book, and it literally connects every illness that you could ever have energetically to what your experience is. So like for me, having a hysterectomy, like when I read what that was about, oh my goodness, it connected. It was so on point, so nothing, we talked about those blocked chakras and our energy centers being blocked, right? And it creates dis-ease or discomfort, but that dis-ease or that discomfort really does start to translate into disease when we don't heal it. We start to get physically sick, physically ill, so everything is energy. Even our health is based on energy. That's why I always tell you guys, I don't push my lifestyle, my vegan lifestyle on anyone, but Spirit's been bringing forth the message for us to start eating more high vibrational foods. And it's because it makes sense, right? When we think about it, we're being called, the time is now to serve. So if Spirit is saying, serve, Spirit is saying, in order for you to serve on the capacity you agree to, mind, body, soul must be aligned with health. Your spirit, your physical, right? Your mental. And if you're eating death, right? If you're eating death, then what are you producing? What you put in comes out, right? And it doesn't just come out through your butthole. It comes out through your energy. So, yeah. Awesome. So when you say soon, are you interested in the $20 mini reading, or are you interested in a personal reading? Because for those of you that are interested in a personal reading, in the description box, there is a link that will guide you to the reading page, and you'll find myself, you'll find Nikki, and you'll find Javi. And so the options are, there is a 3-question recorded reading where you can ask 3 questions, and I'll record a video, upload it to link protected YouTube, so only you and whomever you share the link with will get it. You also have the option of a virtual face-to-face 30-minute and 60-minute reading. So yeah. So if you're interested in that, that is an option too. Alata said, oh, Melanie, hey, sis, I'm so glad you joined. And Melanie said, thank you for the reminder, Alata. Yes, thank you, Alata. Thank you. Michaela says, seriously, Miss Nahkila and Lady Love, thank you. This reading has cracked a lot of codes in all forms. You are so, so welcome. I'm so grateful to have been used as a vessel. And Mom, I'm grateful for you too. Because here's the thing, you guys, let me just tell you, something that I really appreciate about my mom is, there are people, right? There are people that are family members or friends, and they will reach out when they're going through something and they're fishing for a reading, right? And I always say, like, people don't understand, like, this is what I do for work. So when I'm not working, don't call me like, hey, I'm going through this. Can you tap in? If you would like me to tap in, listen, let me give you my link, because I wouldn't go to your job and say, hey, you work at this fabulous clothing store and that dress is bomb, sis. Let me go in and take it off the rack and take it home, right? It's the same thing. And also it's energy. So when I'm serving, I'm giving of my energy. So then when I'm no longer working, serving, I'm in relax mode, and I would just like to have somebody just call and we just talk regular stuff, you know? And so my mom is my mom, and she will not ask me. Like, she could have easily said, Key, just give me a message, you know? But she was like, I'm going to pay for a reading, you know? And I appreciate that. And you see what just happened, you know? So yeah, so it's just and those of you that are psychics and mediums and do this work, please understand that the people that are doing that, it's not that they're doing it because they don't respect your gift, or they don't respect you, or they don't honor you in any way. It's just they don't know. But this is where we got to speak up and speak our truth. I love you, but listen, you know, and there are times spirit will have you deliver things just out of the blue, and you will, but it's like that fishing. Or you'll have those friends that reach out to you, and they reaching out because you're psychic, but they attempting to sneak it in, not realize, I'm psychic, sis, I see what you're doing, you know, and you just kind of act like you don't, and just, you know. So yeah, that's something I was led to share, because I feel like a lot of people that are on the end of not connected to their gifts yet just don't know. And a lot of people that are have a difficult time speaking up and saying, we're family, I love you, but here's my link. You know what I mean? So Spirit is saying, set your boundaries and stand in them and be strong in them, right? That's the only way that you're going to keep your energy replenished and serve the way you're called to do so. So, my mom said, I'm grateful I could bless someone else. Casey said, I've been thinking about going towards vegan. You know, listen, I tell everyone, if I can do it, anyone can, because I am a foodie. And good food, if it's not good, I'm not eating it. I don't care how healthy it is. If I can't sit there and enjoy it, and you don't see me doing the happy dance while I'm eating, I'm not here for it. So me, the biggest foodie known to man, greedy guts, if I can do it, anybody can. And when you start, what I recommend, I was just saying this to Javi today, what I recommend is you start with what do you normally cook? You know, whatever I cooked before, I just cooked it without meat. And if it calls for butter, I had a vegan butter. If it calls for, you know, other things, I just had the substitute that was vegan. And then I started to evolve and expand and experiment with different recipes and things of that nature. I love YouTube for recipes. I love Pinterest. They have amazing recipes. And I'm the type, I get inspired by recipes. So I don't follow them to the T. I'll just see it and it'll inspire me, and then I'll kind of make my own thing. So check out Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest as AshworthScott Life Sculpting, and I have a bunch of like boards of, I have vegan breakfast, vegan lunch, dinner, vegan apps, vegan sweets. Listen, vegan Mexican food, Indian food, like anything you can imagine, I have boards for it. So, but you can also search for it on your own, you know, and get some stuff, some recipes. And Casey said, I will infinitely get a personal, I will eventually get a personal reading. Casey said, right exchange for energy. Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. Everything is an energy exchange. So when you're giving your energy, but there's no even exchange. Now, granted, we don't do this work, right, expecting anything in return from those we serve, because we expect miracles and magic to occur in all areas of our life at all times, because we're doing light work. And that's the compensation that we've chosen. Doesn't mean it always comes from who we're serving. It comes from the divine. It comes from, you know, heaven, right? So, and for those of you that are listening, I'm touching my head because heaven and hell is a state of mind, you know, but it is that even exchange. And when there isn't one, now we're depleting. Now we're draining our battery, right? Think about the cell phone. Even right now, my laptop is charged up, but if it wasn't plugged into this power source, there would be no exchange of energy and it would die. Them little metaphors just be coming through all corny and stuff. And I just heard A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So yeah. So we have had, what time is it? 4:54, you guys. 4:54. That is a message for us. It's 4:54? Is it that late? Oh my goodness. I thought I heard my son come in. So Google that number, that angel message 454. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask one more time if there's anyone on that is seeking a personal, or not personal, but a mini reading. They're $20. I'm going to leave the Cashapp, which again, I prefer to use that. If you don't have Cashapp, then please feel free to use PayPal. And here's the link. Let me know if you're interested, because if not, we are going to wrap up our Wednesday live Empower Hecka hours, because today it wasn't an hour, right? But it felt good. Oh, okay. Alata said, Miss Ma is my sister. She was watching United Light Beings when you had me post the YouTube link. Awesome. Awesome. So if you did not subscribe, Melody, please go ahead and do so. Go ahead and subscribe and turn those notifications on, because there's so much that happens on this channel. So much. So Alata said, I have a question. Can we get one last group reading? Heck no. Heck no. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just joking. I like messing with Alata, you guys, in case you haven't noticed. Okay. I'm going to pull from this. I didn't even realize. I thought I heard my son come in. I didn't know it was that late. Yeah, we're going to go to the grocery store. He texted me earlier. Are we getting food? Ooh, I was telling my soul sisters and my soul brother. Ooh, look at that. It flipped over. I'm going to have to start holding them up so you guys can see destiny. But I was telling them last night how there was this stew that I saw on YouTube, and it's vegan, but it's like a beef stew. It has onions. You put the onions in, caramelize those, and you throw the carrots in, put some garlic and eggplant, right? And then you make this roux with red wine, and you put thyme, rosemary, and I don't remember the last herb. But anyways, then you bake it in the oven, and it looks so amazing. And that is what I am making today. But we got destiny, and look at that number 10, totally different deck. We're still getting the number 10. And if you notice, you guys, look at that picture. That picture is just, it's a multitude of messages, right? Now, let's just break down the picture. So you have this light worker, right? All up in her power, so in her power, connected to the divine, right? That power source, her being in her power, is what fosters her connection to the divine. And then if you notice these women surrounding her that look like her, because every one that you encounter is essentially you, right? Just various versions of you. And so now what she's formed is this circle of power, this circle of connection, this circle of strength, right? And it stems from her community, right? Which she manifested. She chose to receive guidance on this journey. But these are also her spirit guides, right? So these multidimensional beings are showing up in the physical, but they're also showing up in the spiritual. They represent both. And I'm hearing as she's floating through life, she's at peace, but she has confidence and courage. And she understands that being a light worker does not disconnect you from your light warrior. You don't go pick fights, but sometimes that fight is just you standing strong and firm and speaking your truth, regardless of who accepts it, regardless of who feels hurt or pain. Because as long as your intention is to not create pain, discord, or chaos, and you are doing what you're guided to do, then you know that you're serving in the light. And don't let anyone disconnect you from your light. Don't let anyone dull your shine. Don't let anyone prevent you from ending that cycle that you are now done and complete with, right? That sounds so silly, but that's how it came through. And don't let them stop you from starting your new beginning. Just do it. And I'm here, ain't nothing to it but to do it. And so what I was just reminded by Spirit to say is, I know there are a few of you in RIM that we've talked about the United Light Beings Awakening Tour that is going to be approaching. And now today in our team meeting, the date is set. It's in February of 2021, and it'll be when the full moon is, the 27th. So literally it's going to be a time for, my birthday is February 28th, right? So we'll be celebrating you, right? And so anyways, Spirit had me reach out to a few of you in regards to being a speaker. And so now that we know and we're actively in the preparation stage for that, whether you're in RIM or not, if you are interested in being a speaker, there's also going to be vendor opportunities. Reach out to me now because it's time for us to get moving and start creating that energetic field that brings forth everything that Spirit is calling for us to bring forth for this event that's coming up. Okay. And then also, I'm also being led to invite those of you that are looking for a community to join our RIM Soul family. Our RIM Soul family. Once a month, we have group sessions that are amazing. And also in between time, I am now led to go live on schedule so that I can assist you even deeper on your journey in between our sessions. And outside of all that, you have an amazing support system of other amazing light workers that are tapping in and tapped into their gifts. And it's just a big old fest, a soul family where we serve one another. So if that's something that you're interested in, if Spirit is giving you the definite okay, the investment is $111 a month. It is a 12-month commitment. At first it was 7, but Spirit said, nope, it's 12. No one was ever done at 7, even those that thought they were. Spirit said they're not, so it's a 12-month commitment. So connect with Spirit unless you're getting that instant yes. And then if you get a yes to move forward, do it. Do it now. You will not regret it. You will not regret it. So yeah, Alaka said, amazing group. Shanna said, wow, thank you, Nahkila. This is deep. You are so welcome. Thank you, Shanna. Cheryl said, this has been an awesome live stream. I'm so, so, so grateful, Cheryl. Alaka said, yeah, hold them up, Houdini. This has been, let's see. Alaka said, thank you. I appreciate it. You're so welcome, Alaka. I'm glad you asked because that card was it was a great way to end. My mom said, thank you, darling daughter, for the reading. My heart no longer feels heavy and the sadness I was feeling was lifted. I'm grateful Spirit used me to bring you into the world. Forever grateful. Thank you, Mom. I'm grateful Spirit used you to bring me into the world too. And I'm grateful for everything that I have experienced and all the lessons I have learned. And you still instilling in me, what do you want to be when you grow up? When I was little, entrepreneur. Cheryl said, Alata. And so it is. Melanie said, my birthday is February 28th. Okay, I was shying away from the group because I felt no one could connect with me. I have just changed my mind. Yeah, what do you mean no one could connect with you? Yes, we can all connect with you, especially if Spirit is guiding you there, right? You're not meeting strangers, you're reconnecting with your soul family. And the reason why I call it that is because we've done this before together. We've done this before together. This is not our first time. So it's just a reunion, a family reunion. So yes, welcome. February 28th. Yeah, 2/28/77 is my birthday. And Nikki's birthday is actually on the 27th. So yeah, so it'll be both our birthdays. And if you come to that event, it'll be your birthday too. So it'll be a great time. It's not until 2021, but it's always a good time to start putting the fillers out there, getting more speakers and, just really start forming it and allowing Spirit to guide it. So let's see. Oh, when you say you're shying away from the group, do you mean the United Light Beings Awakening group or do you mean the RIM group? Because the RIM group, that's an exclusive group for the members that are in the RIM mentorship, whether they're doing one-on-one mentoring with me where we meet monthly, just me and you via Zoom, or whether you're in the group mentorship where it's a collective and we have the group sessions monthly. So were you talking about United Light Beings Awakening or the RIM group? Because the RIM group is a whole nother blessing in itself. The United Light Beings Awakening group is a place of support for light workers to come together that are starting on their journey. But when you're ready to roll those sleeves up and start the healing or deepen the healing or go to the next level in the healing, then RIM is the place for you. Alata said she has a sister that she forgot is tuned all the way and about that life. Alata said she cray. Let's see. Diamond said, woohoo! Yes, Diamond. Make sure you catch the replay because especially that Diana card. Oh my goodness. Well, I love you all so much for being you, and I am so grateful that you allow me to serve you. Okay, United Light Beings. Okay, awesome. I'm so grateful, you guys. For those of you that are watching now or may catch the replay that is interested in RIM, again, if you go to the description box, click on the links, even if you click on the reading links and then you go to, home it'll drop down and you'll be able to take a look around the entire site. And again, connect with spirit. And if you're being led to join our soul family, don't hesitate. Just do it. Don't let your inner child start talking you out of it, right? Just go ahead and move forward. Whenever you take a step towards spirit, a step towards you, spirit takes 10 steps back towards you. So yeah. You too, Michaela. You too. Yes, like a lot to say. Post and come through. Yes. Start posting. Start letting us see you and feel you. So yes. So I thank you guys so much. Have an incredible rest of your day. I'm about to head to the store so I can make this delicious stew. I got some chocolate red wine in the refrigerator. I was telling my sisters and my brother and Rim last night during our session, I was like, I don't know how that's going to taste though. I'm not too sure. It might not taste too good because it's more of a wine that tastes good, like if you're eating a piece of chocolate cake. But to go with a stew that's supposed to be like a beef stew, that chocolate might throw it all the way off. So it looks like I'll be buying a bottle of red wine. And I'm not really much of a red wine drinker. Okay, let me just share this real quick because I was gonna share it last night. Speaking of the fasting, right? The detox. So I bought a bottle of Moscato, right? Because I like to have a glass of wine when I'm cooking. This Moscato is so good. And I was going to tell you guys this last night. It is so good. Like literally, I find myself sometimes opening the refrigerator and just taking a sip because it just tastes like juice. Like it is so delicious. And I almost did that. I'm like, wait, we about to have our group session. I'm not about to sip no wine, And literally, like, I'll just open the refrigerator and take a sip. So needless to say, I will not be buying that wine that often because those sips of Moscato could be sips of water. But it is so delicious. Oh my goodness. It doesn't really do much. Like, it's not like a strong wine, but it just tastes so good. And when you pair it with like a great dessert, oh my goodness, so good. I don't go wine tasting anymore because all I really love is Moscato. If they had a wine tasting place that only served Moscato, sign me up. So whoever creates that, sign me up. I'll be your first person there because I like wine tasting. But anyway, it's super random now. I'm just rambling. I'm rambling because I've had so much fun with y'all. I hate to go, but it's time for us to say farewell. I love you too, Cheryl. I love you too. You are so welcome, Alata. Thank you. Thank you. And those of you that are a part of the REM Soul family, literally, truly, I'd like to say thank you to you for being patient during this transition, and I'd also like to say thank you to all of you that are here joining us on YouTube because you all were patient too. I know on REM, like there's a higher expectation of my level of service. And so while I've been in this period, you guys have really been patient. You guys have held each other up and you guys have really kept that ball rolling. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Love you.